In 2019, the University of Central Missouri Mules football team had one of the most dominating seasons in school history. They finished the season with 11 wins, a share of the MIAA Championship, and a playoff berth. But that's a game for another week. The Mules also pulled off a handful of come-from-behind victories, including their homecoming win, a UCM Classic, over the Central Oklahoma Bronchos. UCM homecoming is unlike any other. From all the marching bands, to the packed stadium, to the stealth bomber flyover, the atmosphere is always electric. All that excitement didn't help in the early going. The Mules started their 2019 homecoming game a little rough and found themselves trailing early. Sports fans will tell you, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Late in the first half, the Mules offense came to life. Quarterback Brooke Bowles threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Running back Devontae Turner had 190 yards and a pair of scores. And linebacker Colson Crane was a wrecking ball on defense with a pair of sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception. It was one fun game to watch, but it was even more fun to play. Sit back, relax, and enjoy reliving this matchup from October 12, 2019, the University of Central Missouri Mules and the University of Central Oklahoma Bronchos.
Our national anthem at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field. Beautiful rendition on this homecoming Saturday. And you may have heard through the crowd mic all of the wind. And Joe, you just can't help but think that's going to have an effect on the ball game today.
Well, how can it not? I mean, you get wind like that, whipping like that, seeing the flags even planted onto the ground, standing straight out. That is going to play a factor. That's going to have an effect, and we'll just see which team can adjust to it sooner.
And when you talk about the wind, we've talked about, field goals, but talk about that because the Mules have struggled in the kicking game anyway. They cannot, when they go north, it's going to be a touchback for everybody, just no doubt. What about the other way? Are they going to have to rely on that pooch kick game? But keep in mind also, Vasquez, their best receiver, didn't travel for Central Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know if you can go to the pooch kick game, because what you want to do with that one is get it really high in the air and kick it really high in the air. It's going to just deaden it. It may end up with an onside kick. It may be they're going to have to do more of a squib kick, directional kick on the ground, and just try and punch it low through there and get their coverage team down to get on top of it.
It will be interesting today. It'll be a chess match. Kyle Westfall's done a phenomenal job with special teams, and hopefully that will continue today as some of our game sponsors and alumni getting some special recognition here this afternoon. Our officials for the ball game today, our referee is Dwight Niebling, umpire Josh Larson, headlinesman Troy Davis, line judge Tyler Burrows, field judge Brandon Friesen, side judge Jake Wolf, back judge Tyrus Henrik, and center judge Lonnie Brickman. Our officials are brought to you by Murdoch Banner Financial Group, serving Central Missouri for more than 40 years. Your team for financial planning is Mark Banner, Craig Cohen, Chad Appleton and Carla Curry. MurdochBanner.com as Danielle Soxie's making her way out to midfield. So are the captains for the Mules and the Broncos as we get set for our coin toss this afternoon. About 2 minutes away from kicking this off at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field. Nice crowd on hand as we now send it down to Danielle at midfield.
Gentlemen, this season college football celebrates the 150th season of college football. Congratulations for being a part of that. Heads, tails. What's your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is heads. Central Missouri, you've won the toss. You'll defer. You want the football.
Central Missouri has won the coin toss, and they have chosen to defer until the second half. That coin toss is presented by your Edward Jones agents in Warrensburg, Alan Brandt and Steve Farr. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
All right, Danielle, thank you very much. Mules will start this game against the Broncos here momentarily, but it's time now for a key to a Mule victory, and our keys are brought to you by Key Realty, Warrensburg's real estate expert since 1977. Key Realty in Warrensburg. And Joe, what's going to be your key today?
Yeah, my key to the game is for the Mules to protect the football, to make sure they win that turnover battle, and then to control the line of scrimmage.
Danielle, key to a game, the win today.
Play with the wind, don't let the wind affect them as much, so run the ball, be really strong with it, and I think that win won't be so much of an effect for the team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Danielle. I think you got to be able to run the ball, and that's going to mean good offensive line play and defensive line play. Again, those keys brought to you by Key Realty, Warrensburg's real estate expert since 1977. Key Realty in Warrensburg, 58 degrees. We're going to kick it off right at 1:30. Our time and temp brought to you by Warrensburg Ford, the best vehicles at the best prices. East Business 50 in Warrensburg and at warrensburgford.com. We'll see how the Broncos roll out there as return. Looks like Taj Griffin, transfer from Oklahoma, and Amonte Phillips back deep. Very dangerous. Hopefully this kick will go with the wind and out of the back of the end zone. As we are set in the Berg for homecoming Saturday. Diddle tees it up at the 35. Wind's going to blow it over. Now we're going to get a holder to come out.
I keep forgetting that our camera is provided by the digital media production program and our CTV crew at MIAA Network. On the other side of the field, I look at our monitor in here, and everything's backwards.
So now Diddle has it teed up. He will approach. Puts the right foot in it. Drives it to the 2, and then it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. So here comes the Bronco offense, excuse me.
I would not be surprised to see them try and take a shot early. Well, no, they're going into the wind, aren't they? I was going to say, if they had the wind with them, to take a shot early and see what they could do without their leading receiver on the field.
I think that's Keats Calhoun's going to get the start at quarterback. Double tight end's going to come to the near side. Single setback is Daniels. And they're going to give it to Daniels, and he'll go up the middle for maybe a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So Keats Calhoun, the sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, will get the start here this afternoon.
It's 35 of 64 on the season, 54.7%, 431 yards and 3 touchdowns with an interception. Not the runner that Collins is, only 57 yards on the season.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Single setback is going to be Daniels. He's got the tight end in the slot, Dante McGee. Mules are going to go show pressure from the far side. Now they're going to back out of it. Calhoun has it. It's going to give it to Daniels. Daniels goes left side, and he's going to be wrapped up at the 29-yard line, a gain of just 2. So the Broncos coming out against that win, focusing on that running game.
Devin Smith broke up from the right side, was able to make the tackle, played off a block, and did a good job of holding his ground.
So 3rd down. 3rd down and 5 from the Bronco 30-yard line. Broncos are 42% on 3rd down this year. Man in motion to the near side. Now he's going to reverse, go back to the far side. Calhoun back to pass, looking left, looking up the middle. Now he's flushed. Now he's got happy feet. Now he rolls to the far side. He's going to throw on the run. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to be caught at the 30. Wide open. The running back wings it out of the backfield, and the Mules defensive backs were nowhere near it. Boy, you want to talk about a defensive back that was kind of got suckered in to go play the run. Let his guy get right by him.
Yeah, that was Jordan Pringle, the cornerback on the far side. He saw the quarterback scrambling, and he looked like he was going to try and break up, forgot about his assignment.
So now it's 1st down and 10. Big play by the Broncos. The Mule 30-yard line. Calhoun out of the gun. He is back to pass. Looking. Now he's flushed. Goes to his left. Fires. Going to be caught at the 28-yard line of the Mules. Just a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
On those first 2 pass attempts, Greg, the Mules defense has done a nice job covering downfield. He's had lots of time, but he hasn't had anybody to go to. But you cannot lose sight of your receiver like happened on not that play, but the play before.
2nd down and 8 for the Broncos. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Daniels to the right of Calhoun as McGee, the tight end, comes to the near side. Calhoun has it. He wants to throw. The lefty fires, going to be caught by Daniels out of the backfield, and he'll be wrapped up at the 24-yard line. That'll be short of a 1st down. Brings up 3rd down and short, 3rd down and 2.
Isaiah Bello was eyeballing the receiver that whole time. I'm not sure why he didn't break forward. He had everybody behind him covered up. But it looked like he was just trying to stay in his zone and break up on the pass. He did a good job of breaking when he had to and making the tackle.
Big play here for this Mules defense. 3rd down and 2 from the Mule 22-yard line, just underway here in Warrensburg. Under center now is Keats Calhoun. Looks to the sideline to change the play. Now he's going to go out of the gun. Double tight end to the near side, 2 to the far side. Now they're going to shift the tight ends. Daniels to the left of Calhoun. Calhoun has it, hands it off to Daniels. He's to the 20, shoulder down to the 16-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 5 and a 1st down for the Broncos.
Daniels no slouch. He's only carried it 10 times this season, but 95 yards and a touchdown, so he can tote the load.
5'11", 175 sophomore. Gets his opportunity here, wants to make the most of it. Double tight end to the near side, 2 to the far side. Daniels to the right of Calhoun. 1st down and 10, Broncos at the Mule 16. Calhoun, he's in trouble. He's going to be wrapped up and throws it as he was in the grasp and throws it out of bounds. That should be intentional. Oh, they're going to say there was a receiver in the area.
Well, yeah, there was a receiver in the area and that he was on the football field, but he was inside between the hash marks and the numbers. He wasn't anywhere near the sideline where that ball was thrown.
And he was definitely in the grass.
That was Jacob Wiggins. Yeah, that was Jacob Wiggins who had him down around the ankles. He'd got knocked down off his block and bear crawled to get to Calhoun.
2nd down and 10. Calhoun out of the gun. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Man in the slot is going to be Amonte Phillips. Now Calhoun's going to change the play. Daniels to the left. 2nd down and 10, just underway. Phillips is going to go in motion. Fake it to him. Give it to Daniels, and he'll run forward for a couple of yards. Bring up 3rd down and 8.
That was Colson Crane on the far side. He came like he was going to stunt, check the receiver that was coming across real quickly to make sure that he wasn't taking a handoff. Played good assignment, then flattened out down the line of scrimmage, was able to make the stop.
Isaiah Bello will check back in now. Looks like the Mules are going to go maybe a nickel package on 3rd down and 8. Passing situation for Keats Calhoun. Calhoun is 431 yards passing this year, 3 touchdowns. Daniels, single setback to the right. Calhoun back to pass, looking under pressure, hit as he throws, the ball flutters, and that's going to be incomplete. Good pressure by the Mules to get in on Calhoun.
Well, that's good pressure up the football field. And that's something that the Mules have been doing all season. 20 sacks and 18 quarterback hurries on the year. They do a good job of putting pressure right up the middle. They're bringing those 20 sacks, 13 have come from the line.
Alex Quevedo, 5'11 junior from Azale, Texas, on for the field goal. He is 1 of 1 this year from field goals. It's a 39-yarder is what he has. This one is a 31-yard field goal right down the middle into the wind. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Broncos take the lead on homecoming Saturday, 3-0 over the Mules. 10:54 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Don't want to miss out on any of the live UCM athletics action? You can watch it all through Blue Frame Technologies, thanks to the MIAA Network and CTV Central Television. 2 ways to gain access. You can either go to ucmathletics.com, click on the Multimedia tab and select Live Video, or you can hover over your desired game, select the live video icon, and you're in. Either way will direct you to the University of Central Missouri page on the MIAA Network. Already purchased an account? Great! Just log in and select your game. If you don't have an account, simply click the Purchase Access button, create your account, and then select your viewing plan. It's that easy. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up. Log in and start cheering on your University of Central Missouri Mules and Jennies.
I support one student in college with a scholarship. Just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education. I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation.
For more information, call 1-800-753-3436.
I like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're giving back.
Give the Broncos the lead by a score of 3-0, and 40 of those 61 yards came on one play. Now to kick it off will be Quevedo. Has it at his 35, kicking into the wind. Turner and Wilkerson stand at their 15. So they are respecting the wind here. Quevedo will approach. High driving kick. Wilkerson has it at the 5. Now to the 15, a stutter step. Ball comes out. He fumbles it. Broncos jump on it. Kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. You want to lose a football game? You fumble inside the 20-yard line. That'll do it for you.
Yeah, Darius Winston forced the fumble, recovered the fumble, and that's something you cannot beat yourself. Central Oklahoma is not going to do it to himself. They've only lost one fumble and thrown 2 interceptions all season, and they're the least penalized team in the MIAA. So you better play some pretty clean, mistake-free football if you want to beat them. They may be 2-3, but they're a solid football team. That's not how you want to start this game.
Absolutely not. You don't want the Broncos to have all kinds of confidence, and right now they do. Daniels to the right of Calhoun. They get it at the 14-yard line on the fumble by Kobe Wilkerson. They're going to give it to Daniels. He'll run it up the middle and be brought down at the line of scrimmage. That goes nowhere. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
That was Zach Oshman. He just burst through the line. Didn't really even wrap up. Just hit him hard enough, knocked him off his feet.
You can not turn the football over, Danielle Soxie, not inside your own 15-yard line.
Cannot. And that is what UCO needs, is to make the Mules make mistakes for them to stay in this game.
I think you're exactly right. Here's Calhoun back to pass, looking. Lefty fires it. It's going to be caught at the 11-yard line, gain of 3, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long. So the Broncos 2 of 3 on 3rd down, and this is a huge 3rd down to force another field goal attempt.
Cameron Clay was on the coverage that time, was able to force the receiver out of bounds. You're going to have to get the stop right here, force another field goal. That's the positive you can take from this mistake.
Broncos look to the sideline to get the play. 3-0. Broncos lead it. 9:55 to go in the first quarter. Mules haven't touched the ball yet. Broncos have had it twice. Calhoun back to pass, looking. Steps up to the pocket. Now he wants to run, and he's going to be bounced around, wrapped up, and well short of a first down. He'll get it down to the 9, and I would imagine that'll bring out that field goal unit.
Yeah, Zach Oshman did a nice job of forcing him back to the inside. Just as he was wrapping him up, a blocker came from his blind side, knocked him off the tackle, but he slowed Calhoun up enough that his help was able to get there.
Well, Quevedo just kicked a 32-yarder. This one is from 26, middle of the field, into the wind. He's 2 of 2 on the year. And he wears light blue shoes. Interesting. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. And the kick is good, and just like that, 6-0. The Broncos have the lead over the Mules. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in sports communication will enhance your knowledge in multi-camera live sports productions, in addition to writing for sports media. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work through different media outlets, including live streaming under the MIAA Network, UCM CTV, and digitalberg.com. For more information on this, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
And a 26-yard field goal from the Broncos. That makes it 6-0. The Mules have yet to touch the football, Joe Moore. The Broncos had it to open up the game, and then the Mules turned it over.
Well, they've forced now 9 turnovers, 9 fumbles this season. They've just recovered their 7th. So you know that they've put a premium on forcing turnovers. They've done it now, and they're up 6-0, and the Mules are going to have to come back from that.
Quevedo tees it up at the 35-yard line. Devontae Turner, Kobe Wilkerson back deep for the Mules, but they have switched spots. Devontae now to the far side. Quevedo approaches, puts the right foot in it. High end over end kick. Devontae Turner is going to settle under it at the 5-yard line. He's going to angle to the near side, cuts it in at the 15, and he'll be brought down at the 16-yard line, and that's where the Mules are going to have it. First down and 10. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com.
I'm impressed with Quevedo. He's kicking into the wind, and he's getting it down inside the 10-yard line on a point, on an angle, and giving his team time to get down there and cover.
Brooke Bowles will be out of the gun. He has Devontae Turner to his left, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side as Turner switches to the right. Now they're going to give it to Turner. He's got a block, gets to the 20, cuts it up to the 25-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 8 on first down. Brings up second down in just a couple.
Good patience to let his block set up in front of him, and he's able to get up into the chute there and get some positive yardage.
First time the Mules have had the ball. 8:39 to go in the first quarter.
Colby Underwood had to make the tackle. He's their leading tackler from the free safety position.
2 to the far side, 1 to the near side for Bowles. He's going to shift Turner to his left. Bowles has it, back to pass. Looking, fires left side, and a little bit too wide for Shea Wyatt at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 2.
Sometimes you get that wind behind you, and it puts a little more zip on the ball, a little more curve on the ball, and you're not ready for that.
Shea Wyatt, though, wide open, coming to the near sideline.
Got a cornerback on that side was Darius Winston. He was saying that he pushed off, but not going to get that call very often.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side for Bowles. Broncos showing pressure. They're going to back out of it. Now they're going to show it again. Here's Bowles. Here comes the blitz. Turner comes to the near side to the 30, 35, and pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
O'Shea Harris had to make the stop, or he was going to get about another 10, 15 yards before he ran into another white shirt. Excuse me, O'Shea Harris is their leading tackler. He has 32. You don't want your cornerbacks leading your team in tackles.
Broncos have been suspect to the run game. Right now, the Mules doing a good job running the football. Turner to the right of Bowles. Mules going downwind, 6-0. Broncos lead it. Bowles out of the gun. Back to pass, straight drop, and we're going to get a flag and a stop. I don't see a flag. Yep, there's a flag on the far side. It'll be a false start of the Mules, so make it first down and 15. Kind of a sloppy start here for the Mules, Danielle.
Yeah, it is unusual to see the Mules start off like this, but once they get a couple first downs, they'll start to play their game.
Kind of get their rhythm once that. There's no guarantees, but they usually have a chance to find that rhythm. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side for Bowles. Turner to his right. Now they're going to shift Turner left. Bowles has it, give it to Turner. He'll go far side, pushes the pile up to the 35-yard line. Bring up second down, and it doesn't.
Deontay's not a big guy at 5'9", 185 pounds, but he gets up into the hole really quickly, starts running downhill, gets his pads low, and just keeps moving forward. Once he gets in there where the big bodies are, he doesn't try and do anything fancy. He just lowers his shoulder and goes.
Broncos lead it 6-0, 7:19 to go in the first quarter. 2 to the near side. Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his right. Broncos showing pressure from the middle. Bowles keeps it. Option right side to the 35 and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That is Drew Slager. So that brings up third down and 8.
I like seeing that option play whenever you fake the handoff. It's a little bit of a triple option. You can hand it off if it's there. If it's not, Brooke can bring it around the corner. And Brooke's the guy, he can run the football really well. If that's not there, you make the pitch. And Drew Slager does a good job of hitting the corner before Darius Winston drives him out.
Here's a big play for this Mules offense. Third down and 7 from their own 40-yard line. Bowles looks over that Bronco D, and he's going to shift Turner to his left. Pressure coming up the middle from the Broncos. Here's Bowles back to pass, looking. He's in trouble. Runs to the near side. He's going to tuck it to the 45 and hurdles to the 47, and that may be enough for a first down. It is. Danielle Soxie, extra effort that time from Brooke Bowles.
He just has the experience and knows what it takes to get that first down. Whether if no one's open, he's like, I got to do it. I got to step up and run.
Yeah, that was a hurdle to get to that point.
Yeah, Brooke Bowles is averaging 5.1 yards per carry, and you got to think about it as a quarterback. He loses yards every time he gets sacked. That goes against his rush stats, and he still averages 5.1 per carry.
First down and 10 Mules from the 48-yard line. Turner to the right of Bowles. Bowles has it. Gets it. He's going to keep it. Goes to his right. Fires left side and intercepted. Threw it into double coverage at the Bronco 37-yard line, so the Mules have turned it over twice now.
I don't think he ever saw Colby Underwood. He was running underneath, kind of spying to the backside. And I believe that was Shea White on the corner. He ran a really nice route, but Colby Underwood undercut the route. Did a great job of staying with the quarterback on his roll, reading his eyes, and making a break on the football.
So now that Mule defense gets back out there.
Colby Underwood, his second interception of the season. They only came in with 3 this year. And that was only Brooke Bowles' 5th interception thrown this season.
Taj Griffin out there at running back now. He'll be to the right of Keats Calhoun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Calhoun will be out of the gun. Mules defense needs to really be strong here in this first quarter. Mules have turned it over twice. Here's Griffin. He's going to run it up the middle and be pushed back. Gets it to the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7. 5:48 to go in the first quarter.
Dante Cleveland stood him up, drove him back.
Second down and 7 from the Bronco 42-yard line. Griffin to the left of Calhoun. Going to put a man in motion now. Calhoun back to pass. He's going to be pressured. He rolls to the far side, throws off his back foot, and that is going to be incomplete. Goes out of bounds. Good job by that defense. They're really making Calhoun move around a lot when he doesn't want to do it.
Well, they've given up 13 sacks this year. The Mules, again, like I said, have 20 sacks on the season. So that one strength on another team's weakness, got to get to him. But if they keep him moving around like that, that's going to affect his accuracy.
Here we go. 3rd down and 7 from their own 42-yard line. Broncos have the ball. They lead it 6-0. Mules have turned it over twice. Calhoun out of the gun. Mules are going to jump. I think the hard count got him. Everybody's pointing fingers.
Yeah, they're saying the right guard flinched, and the Broncos, of course, saying the Mules jumped offside.
Oh, they are going to call it on. The Broncos are going to say the right guard did move.
Go back to that other play, Greg. Jordan Pringle did a nice job of timing that to break up the pass. He could have been right there, jumped in early, maybe affected or interfered, but he timed it perfectly, waited for the ball, and then jumped up and knocked it away.
3rd down and 12 for the Broncos. And again, I think is that another false start on the Broncos? I think it might be.
I believe so. They're going to look at that one on the left guard. That's where the Mules are pointing, Seth Carmack.
Yep, that's another false start. Moving back again.
Well, this is the kind of thing, again, they come in the least penalized team in the MIAA. That's 2 back-to-back. Danielle pointed it out earlier. You don't want this team to start gaining any confidence. So if you can put them in this situation, and you got to get the stop right here, you give yourself a chance to get some decent field position and then put some points on the board.
3rd down and 17 for the Broncos at their own 32-yard line. Calhoun has it. He's looking. Fires one deep across the middle. He's got a man caught. 1st down at the Mule 34-yard line. That's the weakness of the Mules, the defensive backs, and they were burned yet again. A perfect pass from Keats Calhoun.
The Mules cornerbacks just have a hard time staying up with fast wide receivers. Andre Gilbert was trailing him, was not able to catch up and break that pass up. All he did was a simple post pattern. It wasn't anything fancy.
So they had a couple of false starts, didn't bother them. They converted on 3rd and 17. McGee's going to go in motion to the far side. Calhoun out of the gun. Quick hitter left side. It's going to be a pass and a wide open Taj Griffin. The Mules defense gets burned, and that's going to be a touchdown. That was a wide receiver pass to the running back out of the backfield, and the Mules defense nowhere near it. I could have thrown that pass for a touchdown. That's terrible.
You saw it coming all the way. He threw that pass, and it was clearly the receiver was 2-3 yards behind Calhoun. And then he finds Griffin all alone. Somebody playing poor assignment football, not staying with their assignment, get gashed.
Boy, the Mules are really flat coming out. They want to stay undefeated and have a chance for an MIAA championship. They better get it going. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, 13-0. The Broncos lead it. All Broncos here so far. Mules have only run 7 plays. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
What if television could remember the heroes we honored, the music we danced to, the dreams we chased?
The hope still lives and the dream shall never die.
No one tells our nation's story like PBS. Give to your PBS station and help bring America's story to life.
61 yards, 1 minute and 20 seconds. 31-yard touchdown pass to Taj Griffin, a wide receiver pass. So they go to the trick plays to put 7 on the board, and the Mules defense not up for the challenge. Turner and Wilkerson back deep for the Mules. Quevedo to kick it off. Puts the right foot in it. Turner catches it at the 10 on the run to the 15-20 to the 25, and that's where he'll be brought down. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. Daniel Soxie, all the momentum on the side of the Broncos right now. The Mules have to be stunned on that sideline.
Our defensive line is doing great in rushing the passer, but our corners, like you said, seem to be really struggling this season.
Yeah, it looked like what I had for breakfast, a little bit of toast. Got Bowles out of the gun. Mules are going to have to start putting some points on the board. They're going to hand it off up the middle to the 30. 35, spins to the 40, and that's going to be Kobe Wilkerson. So a nice 15-yard run and a first down for the Mules.
Kobe did a nice job of using the umpire that's in the middle of the field right there behind the linebackers, using him as a shield before making a little fake, and Jakari Hunt had to bring him down.
Need to start seeing some emotion from the Mules. Not seeing anything right now, even on that big run play. John rolls in there to the right side in the slot. Zach Davidson to the near side. Now they're going to shift Davidson right, double tight end. Bowles out of the gun. Stretch handoff, give it to Kobe. He's to the 40, 45, and brought down at the 46-yard line. Nice run of 6 on first down there.
Yeah, I think the Mules right now need to keep the ball on the ground and get some yards in chunks. They come into this one averaging, wrong sheet there, 245 yards rushing, where Central Oklahoma's given up 224. Get something positive going and keep the clock moving.
13-0. Broncos lead it. 3:36 to go in the first quarter. 2 to the near side. Option right side, Kobe. He's to the 45 across midfield. They try to strip the ball. He holds on to it, and he gets it down to the 46-yard line. A first down for the Mules, and they are in Bronco territory.
Jakari Hunt had to make the tackle again. Colby got a really nice block on the outside by Drew Slager. He freezed up the cornerback, shoved him to the outside. That opened up the hole for Colby to punch it up in there.
First down and 10 for the Mules. Bowles hands it off Kobe, right side, and he'll power it down to the 42. Gain of 4 on first down, brings up second down and 6. Got a
Colby,
mule down.
Yeah, that's Colby down. When he was tackled, somebody fell down right on top of him.
Dr. Glover of Central Family and Sports Medicine out there with Ron Dubuque, the head athletic trainer.
He fell down on his head. I mean, he's moving his legs, but
Coach Boda out there as well to take a look at Kobe and think he's going to be okay. He's going to get up on his own power and he'll walk off.
Might be one of those that just dinged him pretty good.
Could have knocked the wind out of him, that kind of thing. So, but he looks to be moving along pretty good. Second down and 6 for the Mules at the Bronco 42-yard line. They'll get him checked out, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Big part of that Mule offense. Devontae Turner in there now to the right of Brooke Bowles. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bowles out of the gun. Broncos showing pressure. Turner now to the left of Bowles. He changes the play. 10 on the play clock. Back to pass is Bowles. Here comes the blitz. Now Bowles is going to throw it out of bounds. Flournoy was confused on what he was supposed to do there. Instead of running all the way down, he stopped after about 10 yards.
Yeah, that's what happens. You a redshirt freshman in there, hadn't played a whole lot, maybe misses a signal, maybe their timing is off, but he stopped. He missed something, stopped on his route, and Brooke threw it all the way down the field.
So there's third down and 6 from the Bronco 42-yard line. Mules need to keep those chains moving. Broncos showing pressure up the middle. Bowles has it. He's going to give it to Turner, and that's going to go absolutely nowhere on 3rd down and 6.
Mules lead the MIAA in 3rd down conversion at 78%. Central Oak is 8th in the MIAA. They allow their opponents to convert 42% of the time, but that went absolutely nowhere.
That's an interesting call on 3rd and long, so now it's 4th and 6. They're going to go ahead and go for it at the Bronco 42-yard line. So rolling the dice early on here.
The way your defense is playing, you better convert right here.
No doubt. 13-0. Broncos have the lead. Bowles back to pass. Here comes pressure. Bowles fires left side. It's going to be caught at the 40, and that's going to be way short of a first down. Not even close. And the Broncos are going to get it back on defense. Boy, I tell you what, all the momentum right now is Bronco football.
Well, that ball, I mean, the throw wasn't even made to the first down marker. You've got a receiver right out there trying to get a first down. He's 4 yards short of the marker. If you're going for it on 4th down, you've got to throw to a receiver who is at least beyond first down yardage. Not a guy. He was a yard, maybe 2, beyond the line of scrimmage. And that's a long throw, so you're giving that defensive back plenty of time to get over there to cover.
Well, let's see if the defense has made any adjustments. Calhoun will be out of the gun. He's got Taj Griffin back there to the right. They're going to give it to him, and he'll be wrapped up after a gain of 3. He keeps the pile moving. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. Boy, right now the Broncos are beating the Mules.
Well, right now the Broncos just want it more. They had everybody in there around Taj Griffin. The Mules made contact right at the line of scrimmage, but that offensive line just kept pounding, pushing Taj Griffin forward.
So now it's 2nd down and 3. Broncos are manhandling the Mules here in the first quarter. Calhoun will be out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Taj Griffin to his right. Mules bringing some pressure. Griffin has it. He'll be met in the backfield, but he'll run forward and get to the 48-yard line of the Mules, and that's going to be a first down.
John Embry had to make the tackle, but he had to grab a hold and just hold on for dear life because Taj Griffin kept those legs churning.
1:02 to go here in the first quarter, one that you would like to forget if you're a Mules fan. Mules down 13-0. They've turned it over twice, and we're stopped on a 4th down play. Calhoun out of the gun. Calhoun back to pass. Steps up to the pocket, wants to go down the right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice coverage by Joshua Terry there.
And I'm going to say that right there. Why do you never see a pass interference on a wide receiver? Because Mikhail Hall had Josh Terry by the shoulder that entire pass route, trying to push him away, trying to keep him away from the football, and you never see that called on a wide receiver. If a defensive back does it, pass interference. Receiver, never get that call.
2nd down and 10 for the Broncos. Griffin, single setback with Calhoun. Calhoun back to pass, looking. Now he's flushed, goes left side, fires too high, had a man open at the Mule 40, and that'll be incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 10.
You know, kudos to the Central Oklahoma offensive line. They're 6'3", 280. Yeah, the Mules are getting around Calhoun, forcing him to move his feet, but they're not letting the defense get to Calhoun. Calhoun's able to backpedal, keep his eyes down the field, doing a good job of keeping shoulders square, and he's been able to deliver the pass.
Mules have to guard from the big play here. Broncos 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Calhoun out of the gun, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mules showing pressure. Broncos look to the sideline. 7 on the play clock. Calhoun changes the play. Now with 4, they put a man in motion. Calhoun back to pass. Mules bring pressure. They pick it up. And there's a pass across the flat that's not going to go anywhere, and a big wrap-up on a man-to-man defensive play for the Mules.
That was Cody Bell. Did a great job of reading what was coming and breaking on the football, making a perfect open field tackle. That's exactly what the Mules defense needed. Get this Central Oklahoma team off the field.
Here comes Jay Tedesco. Mules are going to call a timeout. It is 4th down and 9, and there's 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, so I think they called the timeout to make them punt into the wind.
Well, they may have called the timeout because they didn't have a return man back for the punt. Devontae Turner is listed as the starting punt returner, but Kobe Wilkerson handles those duties quite frequently. Nobody was back deep for the Mules that time. Kobe Wilkerson still under the tent getting examined.
Yeah, I doubt that we will see Kobe Wilkerson again in this ball game. I'm going to list him as doubtful from the reports that we've gotten up here. So That will change up the return game a little bit. That'll change up the rotation with running backs, and that'll change up what they want to do in the punt return game.
Well, you're fortunate that you have a guy like Devontae Turner. Then you got a guy like Roosevelt Abram, who had a big game last week against Missouri Southern. He's been itching to get his chance to get out there on the football field. You just hope and pray that everything's okay with Colby.
Devontae Turner will be our punt returner, and he's
solid.
He is. He's been working on it all summer, something he really wants to do. He's returned 3 punts for an average of 20 yards. So back with him, nope, no one's going to be back with him. There was somebody back with him, and that was Trevor Tweehouse. And so just a single punt returner as Devontae stands at his 10. Tedesco at his 40. Good snap. Left foot. Wobbly kick. It's going to go out of bounds. So the Mules might get pretty good field position here. Maybe up around the 25 or so. We'll see.
I think landed on the 4th lane of the track.
Still walking at the 23-yard line. So the Mules will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. And Danielle Soxie, now is the time for the Mules to get something going offensively.
That's right, Greg. They, a full quarter, UCO has shut them out. So it's almost now or never to get them going in the first half.
Yeah, they've only had the ball twice. They haven't ran very many plays, just 14. They've turned it over twice. So here's Bowles out of the gun. He's got Turner in there. Bowles is going to throw it. Comes to the near side looking. Fires high across the middle for John Rolls, and that'll be incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
I couldn't tell if somebody got a hand on that ball or if he was stumbling back off his back foot when he made that throw, but it was not the typical tight spiral we see from Brooke Bowles.
Yeah, I think he was kind of backpedaling off his back foot. He hasn't been real crisp here, but keep in mind this is a good pass defensive unit. Bowles will be out of the gun again. He drops the football. Picked up by Turner, and he'll be swallowed up at the 20. That'll be a loss of 3. So the snap was to Bowles and bounced off his hands. I don't know what's going on with the Mules. It's a kind of a disaster offensively right now, and thank goodness the first quarter is over. 13-0. Broncos have the lead. 3rd and long for the Mules when we come back. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in digital journalism will develop your skill set for work in multimedia outlets, including print, online, and broadcast. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work online at digitalberg.com and in the student-led newspaper, The Mule Skinner. For more information on this or other concentrations within the digital media production program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
What if news wasn't just a commodity,
but a commitment?
The fiscal cliff is a fiscal suicide.
Why shouldn't we explore every side of the story?
The Syrian army had pulled back.
Where can you turn for news you can trust?
How do we make sense of something like this?
On PBS, we believe journalism should never stop asking questions.
Give to your PBS station and support independent journalism.
We answer to no one but you.
That's the first quarter you'd like to forget. Greg Hassler, Joe Moore, Danielle Soxie at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field. The Mules and the Broncos of Central Oklahoma, 13-0. The Broncos have the lead after 1 quarter. The Broncos 21 plays, 153 yards. The Mules 16 plays, 68 yards. They've turned it over twice by turnover. Well, they've turned it over twice, and they've given it away on a 4th down that they did not convert. And now they're in trouble of punting it away for the first time. It is 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, you get listeners who say the broadcasters come on are too negative. Well, you can't put lipstick on a pig. You can't say it was pretty when it wasn't. That was about as ugly a first quarter as I've seen.
Not good. So 3rd down and 13 from the old 20-yard line. Looks like the wind has kind of settled down a little bit.
Tell you what, we better convert now. I'm looking down on the Mules bench. We got guys dancing to the PA music. They better get their heads in this football game or they're going to get run out of here.
No doubt.
You don't have anything to be dancing about right now, down 13-0 on your homecoming.
Bowles will be out of the gun. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Devontae Turner to his right. Now they shift Davidson. Bowles back to pass. Looking. Fires. Going to be caught in the flat at the 20 to the 25, 30 on his feet to the 35, rumbling, stumbling. Zach Davidson for the first down. That's the first positive thing we've seen from the Mules today.
Yeah, Draquan Brown did a nice job of getting the shoestring tackles. Davidson lost that football. It went out of bounds, but he is beyond the first down sticks, and it got away before the Broncos could get a hold of it.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side for Bowles. Bowles out of the gun. Mules going quick, trying to find rhythm, a crossing route. That ball is thrown behind Cameron Prentice Brown, and that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he was behind him, but Cameron had the football in his hands and looked upfield before he tucked it away. He had room to run. He'd have gotten at least 10 yards on that because there was nobody near him.
So 2 to the near side. Mules look confused. Now they're ready to go. 2nd down and 10. Here's Bowles. He'll hand it off to Turner. Runs to the near side. He's to the 30. Reverses to the 36. And that's just the original line of scrimmage, 36-yard line. So now it's 3rd down and 10.
Well, he had a chance at big play, but Dan Sunderman ran right by the guy who made the tackle. He was running on Dan's hip, and Dan was looking out here to his right. The guy came in from his left, and he's the one that slipped in behind Dan and made the tackle.
Trips to the far side, 1 to the near side, empty backfield for Bowles. Now they look to the sideline to change the play. 13-0, Broncos lead it. 3rd down and 10 for the Mules at their own 35-yard line. Bowles back to pass. Bowles has time, fires one deep across the middle. He's got Rolls caught. 35 down to the 30, and that's a big play and a big first down as John Rolls hauls in his 3rd catch of the year.
Well, that's what Danielle Soxie was wanting to see today, right, Danielle?
Yeah, let's go down to her. That was your guy, huh?
That's right. I've been waiting to see a big play from him, and it's exactly what the Mules need.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Bowles has it. He'll hand it off to Turner. He's going to run hard to the 30, 25. Cuts it into the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 and another first down for the Mules. Offense looking a little bit better, but boy, they're still sputtering a little bit. But they are on the move, trying to get some points on the board.
Looked like they finally sprung a little life.
2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bowles now back to pass, still looking, fires across the middle, caught at the 5, spun around down to the 12-yard line. Big catch for the Mules.
That was Cameron Prentice Brown down there about the 3-yard line. Nobody around him. I'm not sure if he even has a reception this season.
That's his 3rd one of the year.
You know, rarely used, let me put it that way.
Here's Bowles. He's going to hand it right side. Turner steps into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Mules are on the board, trailing 13-6. Boy, the Mules needed that touchdown bad.
Boy, they showed that's the kind of offense they have. They can quick strike. They can grind it. They can put it all together. They finally, it took them 15 minutes or 1 quarter and 2 minutes to wake up to be able to do it. Now they're going to have to continue it, and the defense is going to have to get another stop.
Knowlton on for the PAT. Try to make it 13-7. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-7. The Mules trail it to the Broncos here in Warrensburg. 13:01 to go in the first half. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in audio will enhance your skill set for work in radio, television, film, and beyond. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work on UCM Radio The Beat, as well as in film projects and live events. For more information on this or other concentrations within the digital media production program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
9 plays, 77 yards, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. 3-yard touchdown run by Devontae Turner. Chris Diddle with the PAT. That was not Samuel Knowlton. So the Mules on the board for the first time today. 13-7. Broncos have the lead. Diddle will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Griffin back deep for the Broncos. He is back there with Phillips. Diddle puts the right foot in it. It's going to be caught by Griffin at the 10-yard line. Griffin makes a quick move to the inside. Now he reverses left side and He'll be brought down at the 31-yard line. Kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com.
Mules have rushed for 82 yards in this first half today. 14 carries, 82 yards, but they're only 4 of 9 for 66 yards passing, so that's not what we're used to seeing out of them.
Kicking team was offsides. Don't see that very often, so line of scrimmage goes to the 36-yard line.
That's great field position for Central Oklahoma as they start this drive in the second quarter.
Calhoun will be out of the gun, 2 to the near side. Tight end in the slot on the far side. Back to pass, Calhoun goes left side, caught. Oh, and the ball's going to come out of this. Nope, they're going to call incomplete as Embry picks it up and heads for the scoop and score, but they're going to say that ball was incomplete instead of a fumble.
Well, our replay, if we get it from the DMP crew, is going to be showing that ball. It's going to be coming from that angle. We ought to be able to see if he was able to make the catch and take a couple steps before making contact. So I'll look to see if they're able to give us a replay on that one. Carter Nicolai's one came forward and broke that one up.
Big hit on Jackson. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Now they're going to put Dante McGee, the tight end, in motion to the near side. Back to pass. Calhoun steps up into the pocket, has all kinds of time, and that's going to be incomplete as well.
In fact, Jordan Pringle had the coverage. Oh, that looked like he had the catch. I'm not sure if he took a step or not. Good job on the replay, gang. I'm not sure if he took a step or not, but it looked like he had it tucked away and got it knocked out of there.
Big third down play here for the Broncos. The Broncos 3 of 6 on third down in this one. Tight end in motion to the far side. Let's see if the Mules bring pressure. They're backing out of it. They're going to rush 4. Calhoun has Daniels to his right. Now the Mules do not bring the pressure. Here's a delayed blitz. Calhoun all day long across the middle, knocked out of there. Great play by the defensive back coming from the backside. See who that is. That was Cody Bell coming from the backside, doing a great job knocking that ball away.
He did a super job again of timing it. That's one of those hard things to do is you're aggressive, you're eager to get there and break it up. Time that out so you don't interfere. Nice job by Cody Bell that time.
A little momentum starting to switch back to the Mules as Tedesco's out there for the second time. Tweehouse and Turner back deep. They stand at the 15-yard line. Good snap, flag on the play. Here's a low punt that bounces that Turner's going to pick up. Then he's going to spin away from the defender and still bouncing off defenders and brought down at the 15. Let's see where they give him progress at. And then we're going to see what the flag's all about.
The flag was thrown back here at the line of scrimmage. He got tackled by the team picture. I think Cole Taylor made the first contact for Central Oak. They're doing a great job on their coverage.
Offsides on the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, which would make it 4th and 5. That's not an auto first or anything. They're just going to decline that, I have a feeling, because the Mules are pinned back there pretty deep as it is. I don't think you want to risk that again. Boy, the Mules are offsides on that defense. They were offsides on the kickoff. Man, they're doing some silly things out there.
Well, and that's one of the things Coach Sabota talked about before the game was that last week they made a lot of correctable errors, a lot of penalties that weren't necessary. They weren't aggressive penalties. They were just lack of focus penalties, and that's what they're doing right now. So you've got 2 turnovers. You're making some silly penalties. You're going against a team that is the least penalized team in the league, a team that rarely turns the football over, a team that is 2-3 that you ought to be running away from, and you're trailing 13-7 on your homecoming.
12:23 to go in the first half. Other scores in the MIAA. Northwest leads Pitt 31-14. That's heading to the fourth quarter. 8:01 to go in the first quarter. Washburn Northeastern State tied at 7. Kearney leads Lincoln 6-0 in the first quarter. Tonight, Southern at Western, Emporia State at Hayes. MIAA update brought to you by Warrensburg Ford. The best vehicles at the best prices. East Business 50 in Warrensburg and at warrensburgford.com. Mules on the road next week will be in Emporia, Kansas to take on Emporia State. That'll be a 2 o'clock kick. Have it for you here on the UCM Sports Radio Network. A lot of work to do here. Plenty of time to get that done. 12:23 to go in the first half. 13-7. Broncos lead it. Mules have the football.
Well, your defense did a great job the last 2 times of getting stops. Your offense is kind of pinned deep, but you've shown that you can move the football. Now you're going to have to go do it.
Devontae Turner to the left of Bowles. Now they shift him to the right. Trips to the far side. Bowles back to pass. Fakes the screen. Now they give it to Turner. He's at the 15-20. Makes a man miss up to the 25. That'll be a gain of 11 and a first down as they took advantage of an aggressive front line of the Broncos.
That was a beautiful design. They had 3 wide receivers out to the left. He fakes the handoff, and Devontae just gets in behind that big offensive line.
First down and 10 for the Mules. Bowles back to pass. Looking. Still looking. Fires across the middle. Caught by Shea Wyatt. And he was hit hard right at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Good job by him to hold on to the football.
Yeah, that contact came just as the football came. He was brought down by Isaiah Fester, and he came and drilled Shea Wyatt. But Shea does a good job of securing that football.
Second down and 5. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side for Bowles. He'll hand it off to Turner. Runs to the edge, to the 30, to the 35, and that'll be another first down for the Mules, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Devontae wants out of there. He tapped himself on the helmet. Look, I've just run the ball twice. I've caught a pass here. Let's get somebody else in here. Let me get a break. He's used to switching off plays with Colby Wilkerson. He's going to have to tote the load today. Draquan Brown on the tackle. And so now Roosevelt Abram is back in the game for the Mules.
Abram, the redshirt junior out of St. Louis, will be to the right of Bowles. And they're going to give it to Abram. Abram's going to run it up the middle, and he'll be wrapped up after a gain of just 2. He runs a little bit higher than Kobe and Devontae, and you got a flag down, though. Mules have been penalized twice over the Broncos.
The Mules are saying it's on the Broncos.
Yeah, it's in the defensive backfield, so. "12 players for the defense, so.
No wonder they made the big stop. They had too many men on the field.
You can only use 11. You can have 10, but you can't have 12.
They frown on that.
They do. So first down and 5 for the Mules at their own 40-yard line. Trips to the far side, 1 to the near side. Empty backfield for Bowles. Now they look to the sideline to get the play. You got Shea Wyatt to the near side. He is singled up. Now they're going to put a man in motion. They're going to hand it off on the end around. That's going to be Slager, and that's only going to go for maybe 2 yards. Brings up second down and a couple.
O'Shea Harris did a good job of staying home and stepping up and making an open field tackle. Drew Slager not used to running the football outside like that. He's not going to have a lot of wiggle. He's just going to lower his shoulder and get whatever he can out of it.
Second down and 2 from the Mule 43-yard line, 13-7. Broncos lead it. Here's Abram up the middle to the 45, pushes it forward to the 47-yard line, and that'll be another first down for the Mules.
That's actually Devontae Turner, I think, got back into the football game, snuck in on us. I was about to say with Roosevelt, the thing I want to see out of him, get 2 hands on that football, wrap it up tight. He's not used to running it that much this season and taking the hits. Protect the football.
First down and 10 for the Mules. Back to pass is Bowles. Going to swing it out in the flat. Caught by Zach Davidson. Makes a man miss. He's at the 45-40. 35-30 on his feet. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Zach Davidson makes a miss at the 35 and takes it all the way in.
Nope, not supposed to happen from a tight end. They're not supposed to be able to do that. To be able to dance the sideline like that, that's amazing.
Wow, what a job. Ties it at 13, PAT pending.
Nope. Tight ends are not supposed to be able to do that. That was incredible. Great job by Zach Davidson. Stopped and started. How do you stop and start 6'7" like that? Gets to the sideline, tiptoes down the sideline.
Well, he's an athlete, Joe.
Yeah, he is an athlete. Reminds me of a young Greg Hassler.
Yep. Tied at 13. PAT pending. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And the kick is right down Pine Street. 14-13. Mules lead it by a point. 10:05 to go in the first half. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in sports communication will enhance your knowledge in multi-camera live sports productions, in addition to writing for sports media. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work through different media outlets, including live streaming under the MIAA Network, UCM CTV, and digitalberg.com. For more information on this, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
6 plays, 86 yards, 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Zach Davidson, 52-yard touchdown reception from Brooke Bowles. That is Zach's 9th touchdown on the year, 12th in his career. And, when you talk about tight ends, I've had this conversation with Coach Boda. Mike McCarthy, the former Green Bay Packer head coach, he kind of evolved that tight end. They did a little bit, Joe Walsh with the 49ers, but they evolved that tight end to be more of an offensive weapon instead of a true blocker, and Coach Boda's really adapted that over his 10 years here, and even before that a little bit. So the tight ends for the Mules, whether it's Seth Hebert or Crosby or whoever, that's really been a weapon for Mules football. So pretty darn exciting.
Well, this kickoff, after the kickoff, I want to tell you about a conversation I had with John McMenamin the other day.
It's going to be caught at the 13-yard line, and that's going to be Phillips. He's at the 20, works his way backwards, and he's going to be wrapped up at the 19-yard line. Kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at WarrensburgCollision.com.
I was talking to John McMenamin after church on Sunday, and I said, Zach Davison, I said, does he have a chance to get to the next level? Because that's the question we always want to know. And he says, well, he's a big guy, 6'7", 245. He is fast, and he's only a junior. We're going to work on his blocking inside to get him stronger there, but, yeah, he's got a chance.
Broncos back out there. Daniels, the lone setback. I noticed Taj Griffin was not back there to return kicks. Here's Daniels. Oh, he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. And Daniel Soxie, momentum, swinging back to the Mules.
That's all they needed. They've had great play after great play, and they are playing Mule football.
2nd down and 9. They're going to give him a gain of 1. I don't know where it was at. With 9:40 to go, and we're going to stop the clock and change footballs.
Well, I noticed the last kickoff return, Taj Griffin came off the field, and he looked a little slow moving off. And I don't want to speculate or say anything.
No, he
maybe
was banged up
but
before this game even started.
Yeah.
2nd down and 9 at the 21-yard line of the Broncos. 14-13, Mules by a point. Keats Callahan out of the gun. Callahan back to pass. The lefty, he is flushed. He's going to run to the far side. Throws on the run, and it's going to be incomplete. Boy, it was in the hands, then out of the hands of the intended receiver, Amonte Phillips.
That was Andre Gilbert on the coverage that time. Again, great job of getting in there and timing it and breaking up that pass. He looked like he might be able to complete it because he had to step on Andre, but as soon as the ball got there, Andre closed and came over the top, ripped that ball free.
Boy, momentum will be back on the Mules side and locked in if they can get a stop here on 3rd down. It is 3rd down and 9 at the Bronco 21-yard line. 9:15 to go in the first half. Callahan has it. Back to pass, throws left side. Oh, and it's going to be dropped again. Boy, Phillips had it in his hands at the 32, which would have been a first down, but it's going to be incomplete in a punting situation, and Griffin was on the field that last play.
Well, he did a good job of getting outside the pocket with the pressure coming onto him and delivering the pass. He's got to have his receiver squeeze it and bring that one in.
Calhoun's been pretty darn elusive. The Mules have not been able to get to him.
No, but he's not been able to set his feet and really deliver the ball like he wants to. And as the game wears on, that starts to wear you down as a quarterback.
Tedesco back to punt. Tweehouse, Turner stand at the 30. Tedesco puts the left foot in it. Spiraling kick. Turner's going to let it bounce. And it's going to take a Bronco roll inside the 20 to the 17-yard line of the Mules. And that's where they'll have it. 1st down and 10 with 8:54 to go here in the first half.
Fair catch would have been nice there, but that kind of split the two return men the way that ball was coming in. That would have been a hard one to catch. Now we need to see the Mules go on another drive like they did last time, eat up some clock, and put some more points on the board.
Devontae Turner will be out there with Brooke Bowles. Kobe Wilkerson banged up in the first part of this game. Doubt we'll see him today again. So Bowles will be out of the gun. One to the near side, one to the far side. Just single wide receivers. Bowles looks to the sideline to get the play. It's a 4-3 base defense for the Broncos. They're going to rush 4. Bowles fires left side. Going to be caught at the 24-yard line. And that'll be a nice gain of 7.
Like Jeremiah Hill's on the tackle on the far side. Cameron Saunders does a good job. That's one thing the receivers do a nice job of doing is catching the ball away from their body so they can turn upfield.
There's a handoff to Turner. He's going to be met in the backfield. He gets right to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Oh, we got a little skirmish, and that's going to be a personal foul on the Mules.
As Kyle Linville was down on top of whoever the guy was he was trying to block, and that guy was either not letting him go or was punching at him underneath, but Kyle pushed off of him pretty aggressively. That's going to be a personal foul.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty right there.
That's a redshirt freshman mistake. You've got to maintain your composure. You've got the momentum. You've got third and short. Control your emotions. Live to fight another day. Just keep driving. I mean, he driven the guy 10 yards down the field.
So it's going to be third down and a long way after that push up.
And now what's going to happen if you don't get the first down here, you're forcing your team to punt into a stiff breeze. That's going to set up the Central Oklahoma with some good field position if you can't convert right here.
Coach Boda pleading his case to the side judge that Linville was being held on the inside, not allowed to get up and drag down, which I believe. So it's third down and 14 for the Mules at their own 13-yard line. See if they got a big play in them. Bowles will be out of the gun. Straight drop. Has time, fires, and the receiver fell down. Tried to get that to Turner at the 17, but Turner slipped and went down, so that's going to bring up fourth down, and the Broncos are going to get it back in pretty good position.
And go back to that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Yeah, Kyle, you got to control your emotions right there. And the big thing is because nobody's going to see that first punch.
No.
And why is he going to punch the guy or push off on the guy with the referee standing right there unless he's doing something?
Davidson gets it up to about the 49-yard line, and the Mules are going to down it right there, kicking out of his end zone, and that's where the Broncos are going to have it, first down and 10. So Daniel Soxie, kind of a turn of events there. The Mules get it back, can't do anything with it, and now the Broncos are in great shape right around midfield.
It's been a very bumpy roller coaster type game. You don't want to have that for the Mules, but they can hold it down on defense and stop them and then score again before the end of the half.
Yeah, it's been not crisp, to say the least.
Taj Griffin back in there for Central Oklahoma.
He'll set up behind Calhoun.
It's been all Calhoun today.
Yeah, so far, first down and 10. He's done well. Mules are showing pressure. They're going to bring it. They're going to hand it to Griffin up the middle, and he'll get to the 47-yard line before he is just ripped backwards. That's a gain of just 2. Brings up second down and 8.
Well, that's what you want to do as a defense is get those red jerseys swarming around. Jacob Wiggins makes the first contact and holds him up. Get the rest of those guys come flying in there, ripping at the football, laying on the guy, wearing him down as this game goes along. That's why you're seeing so many teams running 2 and 3 and 4 running backs, because it is such a intense, such a tough position to play. You take so many hits, you get worn down so much. You need a stable of guys to tote the load for you.
So Calhoun out of the gun on second down and 8, 7:29 to go in the first half, 14-13 Mules. Calhoun back to pass, fires left side, wide open, and off the fingertips of Phillips.
Monte Phillips, he's the second leading receiver, 14 receptions, 172 yards. That's 3 passes to him in a row that have gone straight through his hands. Now, one of them, there's a defender right there to knock it away, but the next 2, they were right there. They're not easy catches, but you're a college receiver. Catch the football.
Third down and 8.
Or don't, I don't care. You play for the other team.
2 to the far side, 1 to the near side for Calhoun. Broncos 3 of 8 on third down. Mules are going to show pressure. They haven't gotten to him yet. Calhoun back to pass. He's got time. He's hit as he throws down the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. I think the defender got there maybe a split second early, but not enough to call interference.
Well, that was Dylan Price on the coverage that time, and he came back over the top. If he did make contact before, it was a tap on the shoulder, and then he swats down and knocks that ball away. Mule secondary doing a solid job right now of timing their breaks.
So here's a fourth down and a punting situation. This will be the 4th punt of the game.
If I'm Devontae Turner, put my heels on the 10-yard line and don't back up with this wind. That's going to have to be a perfect punt, not to be a touchback.
Tedesco stands at his 41. Turner at his 10. Tedesco has it, puts the left foot in it. Low spiraling punt. That's going to land into the end zone, and Mules are going to get this ball back. 7:07 to go in the first half, 14-13. Mules by a point. Northwest on their way to a win. They lead at 31-14 over Pittsburgh State. 5:08 to go in that one. Washburn leads Northeastern State 14-7 after 1 quarter. Kearney leads Lincoln 6-0 in the second quarter. Everything else is tonight. MIAA update brought to you by Warrensburg Ford. Best vehicles at the best prices. East Business 50 in Warrensburg. Bowles out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side for Bowles, the redshirt senior out of Omaha. They're going to hand it off. Inside, it's going to be Turner. He's got room to the 25. Cuts to the 30. A spin to the 35-40. Gets a block across midfield. Oh, that's a face mask. They're not going to call it because they're not good enough. And that's going to get down to the 45-yard line. Great run by Devontae Turner. Took the face mask at the 48. I'm 37 floors above the field, and I can see it, but the head linesman can't run fast enough to see it. Well, unbelievable.
He got great blocks from Jalen Marsalis and Cameron Prentice Brown on the outside. They were shoving defenders all the way down the field.
Trips to the far side for Bowles. He's got Turner to his left. Fakes it over to the left side. Turner has it. Gets through an arm tackle to the 45. Keeps his balance to the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And that'll be a first down, gain of 11.
Devontae Turner having a huge game right now. He had 49 yards on 9 carries before this possession. O'Shea Harris had to make the tackle that time, but not before Devontae had another first down.
O'Shea Harris, their best defender, All-American defensive back, just a great player. Here's Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his right. Marsalis to the near side, 2 to the far side for the Mules. First down at 10. Bowles back to pass, looking, quick hitter, wide open, caught at the 32. Wrapped up immediately, but that'll be a gain of 6. Get that over to that's Flournoy, gets his second catch as a Mule.
Boy, that's a long throw all the way over to the far sideline, and Brooke is throwing it from the near hash marks. That's about a 30-yard throw just to gain 6 yards.
5:54 to go in the first half. Mules by a point, 14-13. Option play, right side, Turner to the 30, has a seam 25, and brought down at the 23-yard line, and another first down for the Mules.
You talked about Cameron Prentice Brown, only has 3 receptions this year. The reason he gets on the football field is that young man well blocked. Not a big guy. He's only 5'11", 190, but he just locked up a linebacker and stonewalled him. He didn't get to go anywhere, and that opens up the running lane.
Shea Wyatt to the near side, Marsalis to the far side. Turner out there, and they're going to fake it to him. Bowles wants to throw, goes right side, caught at the 14-yard line. That's Flournoy again. He'll be wrapped up and knocked out of bounds, but that'll be a first down for the Mules.
Another example of a receiver planting his feet, getting on the sideline, getting his hands out away from the body, catching the football, securing it, and then getting yards after the catch. Not a lot after the catch that time, but he didn't need to. He had the first down already. Turner
to the left of Bowles, rolls in the slot. They're going to give it to Turner. He's going to go right side of the 10. It'll be wrapped up right there. It's a gain of 3. Brings up second down at 7. Marking down at the 11. Second down and 8. Things tighten up when you get into the red zone. It's not as much real estate, and everything gets kind of tight in there. So Bowles out of the gun. He's going to keep it. He'll run left side. Tries to break a tackle. Now he's going to be wrapped up and loses a yard. They'll bring up third down.
Well, he had the block he needed to have. Dominic Pooney had the block, had the end walled out to the outside. Brooke tried to kick it back outside and ran right into the tackler. Cut that one inside off of Dominic's big back end. You're going to gain 5 or 6 yards.
Mules don't want to settle for a field goal here. They want to be able to punch this in. It'd be huge to go up by 8. And the Broncos are going to call a timeout. 4:20 to go in the first half, 14-13. Mules by a point. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
If you're looking for the best place to pick up a pizza, we recommend a place with pizza in Naples. Call Pizza Hut now and pick up a large taco pizza for just $7.99. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Fans, the Mules host Pittsburgh State in 2 weeks. Saturday, October 26th, it'll be Military Appreciation Day. It's also Blackout Day. All fans encouraged to wear black. Sodexo will be hosting the Stop Hunger food drive in the game as well.
Danielle Soxie on the sideline. Connor Cummings, our producer today. 14-13, Mules lead it on homecoming Saturday here in the Berg. 4:20 to go in the first half. Mules have scored 14 unanswered, and they are on the move. It is third down and 8 at the Bronco 11-yard line. Mules on third down, 4 of 6. So they have had success on third down, and this is a big one. I know the Mules would like to not settle for a field goal attempt here into the wind. Like to just get a first down or put 7 on the board. Flournoy will be split out to the far side with Zach Davidson. Turner, the single setback to the right of Bowles. Marsalis, Shea Wyatt to the near side. Tight formation for the Mules on the far hash. Davidson now in motion to the near side. Comes set. Bowles back to pass. Looking. Flushed. Rolls to his left. Fires back of the end zone. Nearly intercepted. And that'll bring up fourth down.
We had the receiver in the back of the end zone that he wanted. I think that was Shea Wyatt. He's not seeing the underneath defenders.
So here comes Diddle on for the field goal. He has made field goals of 40 yards and 23 yards. This will be a 28-yard attempt from the far hash. Good snap, good hold. The field goal is up, and it is good. And the Mules tack on 3 more, and they make it 17 unanswered, and they lead it by a score of 17-13 with 4:10 to go in the first half. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Don't want to miss out on any of the live UCM athletics action? You can watch it all through Blue Frame Technologies, thanks to the MIAA Network and CTV Central Television. 2 ways to gain access. You can either go to ucmathletics.com, click on the Multimedia tab and select Live Video, or you can hover over your desired game, select the live video icon, and you're in. Either way will direct you to the University of Central Missouri page on the MIAA Network. Already purchased an account? Great! Just log in and select your game. If you don't have an account, simply click the Purchase Access button, create your account, and then select your viewing plan. It's that easy. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, log in, and start cheering on your University of Central Missouri Mules and Jennies.
Plays 69 yards, 2 minutes, 57 seconds. Chris Diddle, 28-yard field goal attempt right down the middle. 17 unanswered, and the Mules lead it by a score of 17-13 over the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. And Joe, the Mules have really tightened things up since that first quarter, which was not good.
Yeah, I think they may have taken a shot of espresso between the first and second quarters. Devontae Turner, 14 carries, 104 yards. Brooke Bowles, 10 of 17, 156 yards. Starting to open it up a little bit. Mules 306 yards of total offense to 156 for Central Oklahoma. So defense has tightened up a little bit. Offense has gotten a little more crisp. Still got to cut down the penalties, clean a couple more things up. Have a happy homecoming.
Daniels and Phillips back deep for the Broncos. Diddle puts the right foot in it. Short kick, bounces at the 17-yard line. It is picked up by Daniels, and he'll be brought down at the 29-yard line. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of the UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today, WarrensburgCollision.com. So Danielle Soxie, here we go. Final 4 minutes of this first half.
The Mules can get a 3-and-out here. They have plenty of time to score one more touchdown before the end of the half.
17-13, Mules lead it. Keats Calhoun out of the gun, 2 to the near side, man in the slot. They're going to hand it off. It's going to be Daniels, I believe, up the middle, and it'll be pushed back. That'll be a gain of just 1.
You know, I think one of the things we saw from Central Oklahoma is when they started out this game, again, they knew they were down some key players. They came out pretty fired up, trying to prove that they were a better team they'd shown their last 2 games, and they came out with a little extra zip in their step. Let them get a little confidence, and they're going to start to roll, but then the Mules defense stiffened up, and offense got more crisp.
Calhoun out of the gun, 2 to the far side. Now they're going to put Phillips in motion. Fake it to him. No, they give it to him on the end around. He's hitting the backfield. He's going to break a tackle, but he cannot get away from the second defender who rips him down.
It was Colson Crane who made the stop. I think it was Ubong Udom who blew up the field and blew up the timing, gave Colston time to get out there, strung the play along.
3rd tackle for loss for Colson Crane this year, 19th in his career, as Zach Oshman will check out. Third down and 12 from the Broncos, their own 28-yard line. Broncos 3 of 9 on third down in this game. Mules are going to show pressure. See if they bring him up the middle. They do. Calhoun back deep. They pick up the pressure. Now Calhoun's in trouble. He's going to go ahead and run it himself up to the 30, 35, to the 40, enough for a first down, and brought down at the 48-yard line. Boy, he was in all kinds of trouble. Give him credit to be elusive and to pick up the first down.
Well, I tell you what, that was purely an example of the defense had run past him. They were putting so much pressure on him, and the defensive backs did such a good job blanketing the receivers. There was nobody in the space where he had to run.
That would have been a big stop. Mules could have got that ball back, but now it's a fresh set of downs near midfield for the Broncos with 2:22 to go in the first half. Calhoun out of the gun, man in motion to the near side. Now they're going to give it to Daniels. He gets it across midfield into Mule territory to the 48-yard line. Gain of 3 brings up second down and 7.
Calhoun, the lesser of the running quarterbacks between he and Will Collins.
He's looked pretty good today, avoiding the Mule defense.
Yeah, he may not be a runner, but he's got good feet. Kind of like a Ben Roethlisberger type that you're not going to see him running down the field a whole lot, but you're going to have a hard time bringing him down because he moves around so well.
Second down and 7. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Mules. 1:46 to go here in the first half. Mules are going to show pressure from the outside. They're going to bring it. Calhoun, quick, fires it out left side. It's going to be caught. Tackle broken, but stepping out of bounds will be Mikhail Hall, the sophomore out of Oklahoma City.
Andre Gilbert made the tackle that time. Saved a much bigger gain. Mules need to get the stop right here.
Third down and 1. 1:37 to go in the first half. A lot of substitutions for the Mules.
Big old Biggins coming in on the defensive line, thinking they're going to just try and dive it right up the middle.
17-13 Mules. Calhoun out of the gun on third down and short. No, check it. That is not Calhoun. That is Chandler Garrett out of the gun. So Garrett, he'll have it, and he's going to run it. And he'll run it for a first down to the 39-yard line of the Mules.
Chandler Garrett, a much bigger quarterback, 6'4", 205. Calhoun, 6'1", 200. They wanted to get the bigger quarterback in there with he looked like he had an offensive guard in there playing fullback. Try and get that push.
Now Calhoun back in there. Single setback is Daniels. He's got Phillips to the far side, trips to the near side. First down and 10. Back to pass Calhoun. Oh, he's hit. Ball comes out. And let's see who has it. I think the Broncos are going to regain control of that football, but he was hit by a couple of red jerseys, and that ball came out.
Well, you saw it coming. They've been putting pressure on him this whole game, just haven't been able to get to him. They're bringing it from the outside. Somebody's going to have to come up from the middle because what happened on that long run is all the pressure came from the outside. He shot right up the gap in the middle. If you close that up, he's got nowhere to go.
Broncos are going to call a timeout. They'll have one left with 52 seconds to go, 17-13. Mules lead it by 4. 52 seconds to go in the first half. Northwest will get the win over Pitt State. 1:23 to go in that one. They lead at 38-17, so Northwest remains unbeaten. Washburn leads Northeastern State 28-7 down in Tahlequah. That's in the second quarter. 13-0. Kearney leads Lincoln in Jeff City. That's in the second quarter. Later today, Missouri Southern is in St. Joe to take on Missouri Western. That's at 4 o'clock. Then Emporia is at Fort Hays State. That'll be tonight at 7 o'clock. MIAA update brought to you by Warrensburg Ford. The best vehicles at the best prices. East Business 50 in Warrensburg and at warrensburgford.com. Daniel Soxie will catch up with Mules football coach Jim Sabota at the half. Warrensburg Chrysler halftime show. Joe will take a look at the numbers, go over our UCM sports calendar and update, and I'll visit with Jenny's head coach Dave Slifer. Basketball practice begins on Tuesday. Jenny's picked second behind Fort Hays State in the coaches poll and in the media poll. Second down and 22 at the Bronco 49-yard line with 52 seconds to go in the half. McGee, the tight end, goes in motion to the near side. Calhoun out of the gun. He's got Daniels to his right. Low snap. Calhoun gathers, throws to the sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. They've tried that pass a lot, and it has not worked. try to get that over to Hall.
When it was short of the original first down sticks, brings up a 3rd and 22. That's a big defensive play right here for the Mules. Watch the seams. That's where they brought that tight end the last time, coming right up the hash mark. Cover them up the seams, because that's that shortest, easiest throw.
Broncos 5 of 11 on 3rd down. Mules are going to show pressure. They're going to bring it. Calhoun's going to run it. He's to the 45, now to the 40, and he'll be wrapped up well short of the first down. Let's see if the Mules call a timeout or if they just want to get to half. 35 seconds, clock running.
That was design run. He took the snap, faked like he was going to throw it, and then took off.
So the Broncos are going to take their final timeout on 4th down. I think the Mules are just going to let that thing run. Daniel Soxie, what are the Broncos? I think they're going to go for it on 4th down, I think, with 28 seconds to go in the half. Too far for a field goal. Too close for a punt. But the Mules still have a couple of timeouts left.
Yeah, if they can somehow get this first down, they have a chance to score or get a field goal range.
Coach Boda's out at midfield. Look, he wants not midfield, but he's standing on the field at around the 50 like he wants to talk to our referee. Were the Mules trying to call a timeout there?
I'm not sure, Greg. You probably have a better view of it than I do.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what that was all about.
They're probably thinking they've got the wind. If they can gain 5-6 yards, that might give them a chance to go for the field goal.
Well, it's 4th down and 10, so they'd have to get
That's right. Sorry.
So this is all in. All your chips are on the table here. They might just be willing to take a shot and give the Mules the ball back. Pretty good field position with 2 timeouts left in 28 seconds.
Well, knowing the Mules are going into the wind, maybe not want to take a big shot. They figure if we don't get it, they're probably going to just take a knee and let the clock wind down. That's a big gamble.
Daniels out there at running back. Calhoun will be out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Tight end McGee in the slot. 4th down and 10. Mules are going to bring some pressure. High snap. Calhoun has it. He's in trouble, and he's going to be brought down. And he tries to throw it as he was down. And the Mules are going to get it back near midfield with 23 seconds to go. Boy, that was a roll of the dice for the Riverboat Gambler, Nick Bobick of Central Oklahoma.
Colson Crane did a super job of breaking in there and getting another sack this season. So not real sure what the thinking was on that play, but didn't work out for the Broncos.
23 seconds can be an eternity if the Mules want it to be. From the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line, with 2 timeouts. So they can throw it down the middle of the field and still stop the clock. Bowles will be out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Bowles is going to pass. He's back to throw, steps up to the pocket, and he's going to be brought down. And the Mules need to get a quick timeout, or they're going to let the clock run. We'll see. I think they're just going to let it run. Just try to get this thing to half and call it good. 17 unanswered for the Mules. They took their shot, got sacked, so now they're going to go into the locker room and reorganize for the second half. Let's send it down to Danielle Soxie as she gets set to visit with Mules football coach Jim Sabota. Danielle?
Hey, Coach, you guys got off to a pretty slow start, but then second quarter, you guys made some adjustments. Devontae Turner's playing great, and Zach Davidson is doing Zach Davidson things.
Yeah, it was not how we wanted to start at all. Mishandled the kickoff and gave up a couple of big plays on 3rd down on defense, and we kind of got settled in offense. Had no rhythm early, and they're kind of clicking right now. So we just need to, kind of do what we did in the second quarter, continue that in the third quarter, and I think we'll be in good shape.
I think you guys will too. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Danielle, thank you very much. 17-13, 17 unanswered for the Mules as they lead it here on homecoming Saturday over the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Stay tuned. The Warrensburg Chrysler Halftime Show comes your way next.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in live studio and remote will enhance your knowledge in multi-camera studio shows as well as multi-camera live event productions. Our professors bring real-world experience into the classroom, and students can showcase their work through different media outlets including live streaming, UCM CTV, and digitalberg.com. For more information on this or other concentrations, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
Who says we can't know how a Civil War soldier felt, or what it's like to change the rules of the game? Ken Burns pioneered a new way to tell America's story. And only PBS gives filmmakers like him a place to push the boundaries of what TV can do. Give to this PBS station so stories like these are available now and for generations to come.
To the Warrensburg Chrysler halftime show, 17-13. Mules have the lead over the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Greg Hassler, Joe Moore, Danielle Soxie on the sideline. Connor Cummings producing the event back at the station. Mules have scored 17 unanswered in the second quarter to be up by 4, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So Mules have had success in that scenario. We'll see what happens here today. Mules need to get a win here to keep pace with the Bearcats and Northwest Missouri State atop the league. Next week, the Mules will be in Emporia, Kansas to take on a very tough Hornet team. Northwest will be at Nebraska Kearney. So a lot of football still to play here today, and a lot of football still to play the rest of this year. And Mules have themselves in the hunt right now at 5-0, trying to get to 6-0. And Joe Moore, next 30 minutes going to be very, very important for this Mules team. I don't think they have played their best today. They've overcome some adversity. They scored the 17 unanswered. They've overcome some turnovers.
They need to take care of business coming out of this opening kickoff. They've got to get down the field, put some points on the board, prove what kind of a football team they are. Because the longer you let a team like Central Oklahoma hang around, the more dangerous they become.
Mules have really relied on the running attack here today. They've rushed for 156 in the contest. It's like Shea Wyatt going back deep with Devontae Turner. Kobe Wilkerson banged up in that first quarter. I don't expect to see him back today. Quevedo will tee it up at the 35-yard line. On the near hash, Shea Wyatt, Devontae Turner back deep. Quevedo kicking downwind, so the wind has picked up a little bit more, and the ball blows off the tee, so he'll go back and reset it. We are ready to go. Quevedo looks to his right, looks to his left. He will approach, puts the right foot in it, drives it to Devontae Turner, about 5 yards deep into the end zone, and the Mules will get it at the 25-yard line. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. Good thing that ball kept rolling. That was a live ball and went out of the back of the end zone.
I kind of chuckled a little bit because Devontae went to catch it, missed it. It went rolling along, and he was just kind of sitting there letting it go. And I don't know if the official said something to him or not, but he suddenly sprung to cover it.
So Devontae will stay out there with Brooke Bowles. 2 to the near side. Tied in the slot, 1 to the far side for Bowles from the 25-yard line. First down and 10. Bowles has it. They're going to flip it. Right side going to be Slager. Cuts it to the 30, up to the 32. And that's a gain of 7. Brings up second down and 3. Nice play.
I'm liking that play. Drew Slager does a nice job of just taking the pitch, getting what he can out of it, whether that's a deep run, if it's just a couple of yards, he's getting some positive yardage out of it. But it's quick hitting. It happens really fast, and they get something positive almost every time.
Chris Lewis has to check out of the game for the Broncos at corner. Junior from Birmingham, Alabama, a little dinged up there, so he will check out.
I'm not sure how he would have gotten dinged up unless he and Shea Wyatt bumped knees or something. Shea went out and blocked him.
Might have got a helmet in the arm, it almost looks like, or something. He was holding his arm. So second down and 3 from the Mule 32-yard line. Ball at the near hash. 2 to the near side tight. 1 to the far side. They shift Turner to the left. Bowles has it. Going to give it to Turner. He'll come up the middle, go to the 35, cuts it to the 40, and brought down at the 42-yard line. A nice run of 8 and a first down for the Mules.
Devontae looks like he is tackled. He looks like he is bottled up at the line of scrimmage, and he just gets so small. Lowers his pads, gets down low, keeps his legs moving, and gets so small, becomes such a small target, he ducks under a lot of tackles.
First down and 10 for the Mules at their own 42-yard line. Mules are going into the wind. Winds out of the southwest at 15 and gusting to 25. Bowles to Turner. Has a blocker to the 45. Gets to midfield and knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Broncos.
Well, he had two big bodies leading that time. Dan Sunderman and Kyle Linville were heading around the corner. That's 595 pounds of beef leading you around the corner. If I'm a cornerback and a safety and I see that coming at me, I'm going to be a little hesitant to step up and try and stick my nose in there.
Second down and a yard. You can do a lot of stuff at second down and a yard. 17-13, Mules lead it. Just underway in the second half. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Davidson's going to go in motion. Now they're going to give it to Turner. He'll go left side, gets it to the 45, breaks a tackle down to the 42-yard line. Plenty for a first down.
And he had a lead blocker at that time, too, and Jake Heckler, your center, leading around, makes the snap and then leads around the edge. Nice play calling and good play design by the Mules, getting those big guys leading your little tailback around the edge.
Mules are really balanced. 168 on the ground, 163 through the air. 333 yards.
It's hard to get more balance than that.
181 for the Broncos in the game. They had 100+ in the first quarter. Man in motion. They're going to fake it to Shea Wyatt. Bowles is going to go deep. He's got a man wide open. Cut at the 25 to the 20. And a stiff arm out of bounds is Zach Davidson. They forgot about him. They were focused on Shea Wyatt coming to the near side, and a big first down and a big play for the Mules.
Darius Winston had to get some big eyes. 5'11", 180 pounds, going against 6'7", 245 all alone. He did a nice job of getting Zach out of bounds. But how do you lose sight of Zach Davidson?
No, he's 6'7", so it's kind of hard to see him coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Bowles will be out of the gun. He has Roosevelt Abram to his right. And they're going to give it to Abram. He'll go left side to the 10 and be wrapped up after a gain of 4. Brings up second down and 6.
Mules offensive line just starting to impose its will. That's what I was talking about before the game, is we need to see the Mules offensive line and defensive line step up and establish where that line of scrimmage is. Mules offensive line is doing that right now.
Devontae Turner back in. Drew Slager trips to the far side, 2 to the near side. Empty backfield right now for Brooke Bowles on second down and 6 from the 10-yard line. They fake it to Turner, and a wide open receiver. It's going to be Slager in the end zone for the touchdown. Boy, he was wide open. He was in that trip formation, and that really confused the Broncos. 23 unanswered for the Mules.
Well, they're just coming from all over the field. It's almost like a shotgun going off. You have all these bodies coming out into patterns, going out into flats, faking handoffs, and then it's just up to Brooke Bowles. Okay, well, which one do I want to go to this time? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and he just starts picking his targets.
Diddle on for the PAT, 75-yard drive for the Mules. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. Oh, it hits the upright, and it is no good. 23-13. Mules by 10. 12:05 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network. Yards, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Drew Slager from Brooke Bowles, and the Mules lead it by a score of 23-13.
As we get ready for this next kickoff, it's homecoming. I know we got a lot of alums listening and watching the broadcast today. I want to give a shout out to our digital media production students giving the video today, working with CTV and the MIAA network. That may look like some paid individuals who are bringing the broadcast, giving you the pictures. That's not. That is college students in the intro to sports broadcasting class in our digital media production program. Kudos to Scott Hoffsummer, our instructor over at seeing it. Kudos to Darren Plummer, our broadcast engineer. And big kudos to all those students doing a great job bringing the pictures today.
Daniels and Phillips back deep for the Broncos. Here's a high short kick. I think a fair catch was called for. The ball's going to bounce, and then Picked up, yeah. Phillips takes off running, but he put his hand up in the air for the fair catch, so that's where it's going to be.
When did that stop being a penalty? That if you call for a fair catch and then you catch it and take off running, it used to be a penalty. That if you make the fair catch signal and you take off, that's a penalty on the return team.
Back in the day, it was.
That ball looked like it got. I mean, that got eye level with us and looked like the wind blew it back a couple of yards.
I think it did too. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at WarrensburgCollision.com. But yeah, he called for the fair catch, caught it, and took off. And Danielle Soxie, boy, a big touchdown right there for that Mules offense.
You know, I've seen that play happen a few times for the Mules. Normally it's to Zach Davidson, but this time it was to Slager, so it works out great every time.
Yeah, and you and I have seen the Mules take that opening kickoff in the second quarter and take it in for the touchdown. Griffin back there, the single setback, fake it to him, throw it out to the wideout. That's going to be caught by Phillips. He's at the 30-35, up to the 40. That's a gain of 15 and a first down.
That was one of the Mules defensive linemen that made the tackle that time. I think that was, not sure who that was. Maybe Jesse Brookins, maybe Dan Sunderman. No, it wouldn't have been Dan Sunderman. He's an offensive lineman, but ran the receiver down from the backside.
First down and 10 for the Broncos at the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. 23-13, Mules by 10. McGee is going to go in motion to the far side, and they shift Taj Griffin to the right side of Calhoun. Calhoun has it, fires left side, going to be caught by Phillips at the 45, stiff arm across midfield, and pushed out of bounds at the Mule 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 14 and a first down.
Well, he looks like he's discovered he has some hands because he had several balls go right through his fingertips that first half. This time he's made a couple of back-to-back catches.
Now Daniels in there at running back. He'll be to the right of Calhoun. Double tight end to the near side. Now they're going to shift Jackson to the far side from the near hash. Mules are going to show pressure. They're bringing it. Little backward pass to Daniels, and he's going to another trick play, and the Mules get burned again for the touchdown. The Mules are not staying with their guys.
And that's the same defensive back, Audra Gilbert, both times biting on the run, letting a receiver run right by him. You have got to wake up and see the receivers right there. You've got 10 guys in front of you to come up and make the tackle. You stay with your receiver.
Mules are not doing it. Little halfback pass. Second time that play has burned the Mules.
And it's clearly a lateral. I mean, he's clearly throwing that 3-4 yards behind him.
Oh, no question about it. Quevedo on for the PAT. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 23-20, Mules by 3. A lot of football still to play. 10:49 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in sports communication will enhance your knowledge in multi-camera live sports productions, in addition to writing for sports media. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work through different media outlets, including live streaming under the MIAA Network, UCM CTV, and digitalberg.com. For more information on this, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
What if television could remember the heroes we honored, the music we danced to, the dreams we chased?
The hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
No one tells our nation's story like PBS. Give to your PBS station and help bring America's story to life.
Yards to Phillips, and it's just a 3-point game. That's why that missed PAT was so big. Now it's a 3-point game instead of a 4-point game. Field goal can tie it.
And you always worry about those coming back and biting you.
Well, I mean, you got to stop the wide receiver pass at some point. Shea Wyatt, Devontae Turner back deep.
If you let a trick play beat you twice in one game, the same exact trick play beat you twice in the same game, you're sleeping.
Yeah, he didn't learn anything. Quevedo will approach, puts the right foot in it. High end over end kick, very deep. Devontae Turner lets that one bounce out of the back of the end zone. Kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. 23-20, Mules by 3, and Danielle Soxley. Boy, that was another big trick play against that Mule defense.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's tripped up the team twice this game. The Mules just need to figure out a way to stop those plays next time on defense.
Yeah, just got to be disciplined. So now this Mules offense only leading by 3. Man in motion to the near side is Zach Davidson. Bowles is under center. Long stretch handoff. They're going to give it to Turner to the 25 and brought down at the 32-yard line. Nice run by Turner.
Boy, Turner is running like a much larger man than 5'9", 185. He's running like a guy who's possessed right now, getting low, driving those knees, and just plowing through people.
Well, he knows he's the man right now with Kobe out for this ball game.
Well, that's what you like to see, too, is he's not trying to leave anything in the tank. He's not trying to pace himself. He's just charging ahead every time.
Turner to the right of Bowles. Rolls is in the slot. Shea Wyatt to the near side, Flournoy to the far side. Bowles back to pass, straight drop, 4-man rush. Has time, fires across the middle, caught Shea Wyatt, makes a spin move and gets to midfield. Big play of 25 yards and a first down for the Mules.
Darius Winston on the tackle. Brooke Bowles did a great job of being patient, waiting for Shea to come right into the window he wanted, and then he's just stepped in and fired a laser into Shea Wyatt's hands.
Credit to the offensive line. Mules go quick. Now they look to the sideline to get the play. And the Broncos are going to call a timeout. They didn't have enough guys on the... I think they only have 10, don't they, Joe? I think they were missing a cornerback.
I'm counting 11 unless somebody jumped on there at the last second, but they got something they didn't like.
Or maybe the alignment wasn't right because Jakari Hunt, the strong safety, called for the timeout because he was lined up against 2 guys. Well, and that wouldn't work out good.
No, that would not. Keep in mind that we got 9:48 to go in the third quarter. They're only down 3. They just had to waste a timeout I'm sure they didn't want to waste. That could come back and get you late in the game.
Northwest beat Pitt 38-17. Washburn at the half leads Northeastern State 35-7. And in the third quarter, it's Kearney over Lincoln, 27-0. MIAA update brought to you by Warrensburg Ford, the best vehicles at the best price. East Business 50 in Warrensburg. In Emporia next week for the Hornet homecoming. What's up with this Baby Shark song? What we got going on here?
I know. Folks in the booth right next to us were over here doing it. Proud of the Mule Kickers. They're not taking part. They're just doing their own dance down there.
Yeah, we're not Baby Sharking this thing. Not going to happen.
It's like trying to go back to the Macarena days.
Nah, that's in my head all day. Thank you. 1st and 10, ball at midfield. 23-20, Mules by 3. Bowles out of the gun, Turner to his right. 2 to the near side, man in the slot on the far side. 4-man rush. Now they're going to pitch it right side, Turner. Turner turns it upfield to the 45 and upended at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6.
Jason Harris on the tackle that time for Central Oklahoma, but not before Devontae Turner got 6 yards, and that's really opened up the offense. He's getting such positive yardage on first down.
They're really not, Broncos are not bringing pressure. They're rushing their 4 down linemen. They do not want Bowles to go off on the backside of that defense. Turner to the right of Bowles, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bowles back to pass, straight drop, has time, fires, wants to go deep, and nobody home. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
I think he and Shea might have had some miscommunication. You know, I was about to say, you were talking about they're only bringing 4. That's why they don't have a sack all season. They do have a sack this season. They got one in the first quarter.
Yep.
Or for the second quarter, excuse me.
3rd down and 4 for the Mules at the Bronco 44-yard line. Going into the wind out of the south, mainly out of the south-southwest. Mules check the sideline to get the play. 23-20, Mules by 3. Bowles back to pass, fires, going to be caught at the 40-yard line. A shoe comes flying off, and that's going to be enough for a first down as they get that over to Drew Slager.
I'm getting more and more impressed with Drew Slager. He is such a tough player, shown some versatility today. Went to the first down sticks, knew right where he needed to be, sat down, snags the ball, and then drops because he knows there's a defender right there so he can get that ball tucked and get the first down.
Slager, the transfer from Truman State. He was their leading receiver. Now they got to change footballs. And he redshirted last year, so high expectations for him. So first down and 10 at the Bronco 40-yard line. 8:40 to go in the third. Mules by 3. Bowles out of the gun. Look to the sideline to get the play. Trips to the near side. Devontae Turner to the right of Bowles. Option it to Turner. He's at the 40, turns it to the 35, and gets to the 34-yard line, and that's a gain of 6.
Jason Harris again on the tackle for Central Oklahoma.
Daniel Soxie, have you noticed how that option play is pretty much working every time? They get out wide, get in space, and there's a lot of room there.
Yeah, Turner gets it pretty much every other time, and he always somehow pushes his way through.
There's Bowles, straight drop, looking, steps up into the pocket, fires, has a man, caught at the 10. That is Zach Davidson into the end zone. Are they going to give it to him? Yes, they do. Touchdown. Zach Davidson, his second one of the day, and the Mules tack on 6.
Well, the defensive back had him by the left shoulder, so he just reached out with that big right arm, and as he was getting drugged down, he just crossed the plane with the football. That was a very headsy play just to be able to stretch it across, switch hands and stretch it across, and he's so big he can just smother that football. It's not going anywhere.
Man, he's good. Diddle on for the PAT. Last one hit the upright. This one is right down the middle. 30-20. Mules back on top by 10 with 7:48 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in digital journalism will develop your skill set for work in multimedia outlets, including print, online, and broadcast. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work online at digitalberg.com and in the student-led newspaper, The Mule Skinner. For more information on this or other concentrations within the digital media production program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
What if news wasn't just a commodity,
but a commitment?
The fiscal cliff is a fiscal suicide.
Why shouldn't we explore every side of the story?
The Syrian army had pulled back.
Where can you turn for news you can trust?
How do we make sense of something like this?
On PBS, we believe journalism should never stop asking questions.
Give to your PBS station and support independent journalism.
We answer to no one but you.
Back 75-yard drives. That one 7 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 1 second. 34-yard touchdown pass from Brooke Bowles to Zach Davidson. Mules lead it 30-20 over the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Mules need to kind of figure something out here on the kickoff. Broncos have been set up in pretty darn good field position as Daniels and Phillips will head back. Mules are kicking into the wind.
Greg, we talked about a couple games ago, wanted to see the Mules be able to drive the field, not just make it on quick plays. After this kickoff, let me give you a number here.
Diddle puts it up on the near hash at the 35. Phillips and Daniels have moved up. They're now to the 15. It's not showing a lot of respect. Diddle will approach. Puts the right foot in it. Drives this one to the 5. Oh, they better get back and get on that one. That rolls into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. With 7:48 to go, kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com.
Greg, you talked about back-to-back 75-yard drives. There's 5 scoring drives. 9 plays, 77 yards. 6 plays, 86 yards. 9 plays, 69 yards. 7 plays, 75. 7 plays, 75. They've driven the football. They've maintained possessions today.
1st and 10 for the Broncos. Watch out for the wide receiver pass. And they're going to swing it out over to the far side, and that's going to be caught. And Hall's going to have a gain of 7.
Andre Gilbert on the tackle again today. We said his name a lot today on tackles, on getting burned on long passes. Rather hear more of those tackle calls than the toast plays.
Gilbert's going to be, by the time it's all said and done, their best corner guy this year. Just got to work on some fundamental things, it looks like. And here's a quick hitter over to Phillips. He's going to catch it, runs across the field, gets a couple of blocks, turns it up to the 40, and that'll be enough for a first down. That's a gain of 7. He ran about 40 yards and picked up 7.
Guess who made the tackle? Andre Gilbert fought off a blocker and came up, made the tackle. He went, like you said, he went all the way back across the field.
So first down and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Bronco 40-yard line. Keats Calhoun will be out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Single set back to his left. They're going to option it right side to Griffin, and he's going to be wrapped up. He kind of bobbled that a little bit, couldn't get his momentum, and he lost 2 yards, brings up second down and a dozen.
Yeah, John Embry, the Mules' leading tackler, came up and sniffed that one out right away. Got his, said 3.5 tackles for loss so far this season. That was another one right there.
So second down and a dozen from the Bronco 38-yard line, 30-20. Mules by 10 here in the third quarter. Calhoun out of the gun, trips to the far side. Mules bring pressure from the edge, and he's hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete.
Hit hard. I think that was Colston Crane coming off the edge that time with delayed, not a delayed blitz, but he delayed coming up to put the pressure on. And then he came around the corner like he was shot out of a cannon.
Again, you got to give Calhoun credit. He's been very elusive back there. Only sacked twice. Mules have 22 sacks on the year. So here's a third down play. Broncos are 5 of 12 on third down plays in this game. Griffin now will shift to the left of Calhoun. Trips to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mules showing pressure again. They're going to bring it up the middle. Calhoun rolls to the far side, hit as he throws, and they're going to throw a late hit on the Mules and maybe even pass interference. We got flags everywhere.
That is not a pass interference. He was looking back for the football, reached out with his arm. Ball hits his arm as he's looking back. That ball is knocked away. That is a clean defensive play right there. I don't know about the late hit because I was watching the ball being thrown, but that is not pass interference.
Well, the late hit, the ball was thrown and the quarterback was hit. That was a bang-bang play. I don't think I would have called.
I want to see the replay on this one because Pringle got his head around, located the ball, and then found the receiver and threw his arm out just in time to break up the pass. That's not, you could call that every single play, the context made there. There's a football down the field on the 1 yard line.
Yep, there is. That's all right. It's our MIAA officiating crew. They have a hard time seeing things. Well, now our linesman got it.
Somebody must be listening to us.
First down and 10 for the Broncos.
I think, going back and watching the replay, I think they called the roughing the passer because he lowered his head and ran right into his chest. They're going to get you for that every time.
So first down and 10 for Calhoun. He's back to pass, throws it left side. It's going to be caught by Phillips, and he'll get it to the 40-yard line. Or to the 40. They're going to mark him down to 38. So that's a pickup at 9, brings up second down and 1.
Carter Nikolai did a good job of getting out there into space and making the tackle, but they found something that's working for them, hitting it out there to Monte Phillips, hitting it, those quick passes. Almost as soon as Calhoun gets the snap, he's turning and firing, and then using Phillips' big body.
Griffin to the right of Calhoun. Mules are going to bring pressure. And he's going to be hit and brought down. Oh, the ball's going to come out. Who's going to have it? The ball hit the deck, but I think the Broncos jumped on it. No signal yet. Our official diving in, and it's going to be Bronco football. Third down. Third sack of the day by the Mules defense.
That's Colson Crane, and they do a drill where you have these hoops on the ground, and you have to run at the hoop, spin around the hoop.
And he's down. Calhoun is down. He went down in a bad angle. I saw that. Daniel Soxie, did you see him go down? He got hit in the knees, and Yeah, he's limping off. He got hit pretty good.
I didn't see how badly he got hit. I just saw that he got hit, and I didn't even see the ball come out either.
He got buckled down pretty good. He got hit by 2 Mule defenders.
Well, Colson is coming around the edge and trying to come low, and he gets blocked from the side and pushed down into the ground. So the only place he's going to be able to hit him is down around the legs, and his knee's buckled. Somebody came over the top on him. He already has a big knee brace on one of those knees, so that's a big play right there.
So here comes Will Collins, the junior from Lawton, Oklahoma. Transfer from Louisiana Monroe. 3rd down and 5 from the Mule 42-yard line. Back to pass is Collins. Collins goes right side. It's going to be caught short of a first down by a couple of yards. Great job of that Mule defense.
Andre Gilbert again breaking up, making the tackle. And that's the thing you're going to get with Andre. He is so aggressive coming up to make tackles. He's got to learn the discipline to stay over the top on the receivers. He's a cornerback. His number one job is to stop the pass. So he's going to have to stay up over the top.
So here comes the running quarterback, Chandler Garrett, on 4th down and 1. So they bring in the heavy package. We saw this play earlier. Garrett out of the gun. Now he's going to look to the sideline. The in at running back is big offensive lineman. And he's going to run it right up the middle and almost breaks containment, but that's going to be a first down for the Broncos, and they keep that drive alive.
Saw Calhoun on the sideline. Camera crew got a nice close-up of him talking to one of his coaches, and he looks pretty steamed right now. I think he is unhappy about the way he was hit. I think he's unhappy about the fact that he's injured. It's clean play, perfectly clean play, but going to be frustrating for that young man.
Out of the gun is Will Collins. He's got Griffin to his left, Collins to throw, steps up into the pocket, fires, timing pattern, intercepted! A one-handed intercepted is Colson Crane, and he's going to bring it back to the 34-yard line. Big pick by the Mules because Taj Griffin wide open, and that was going to be a touchdown.
Well, John Embry was on Taj Griffin and gave him up to the secondary, and Colson Crane read that perfectly. One-handed grab, bobbled it with one-handed before he could tuck it away. What an interception.
Big time play by the Mules defense. That was a one-handed snag out of the air by Colson Crane.
Only the 3rd interception against Central Oklahoma this season.
30-20, Mules by 10. 3:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Big drive here, trips to the far side. Bowles to be out of the gun, Turner to his right. Well, I just saw Griffin wide open streaking down the field, and that ball just snagged out of the air. Bowles looking. He wants to go deep. He's got a man, and he can't connect with him.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Cameron Prentice Brown on that far side. It was over his outside shoulder. He's trying to run. He's looking back up this way. He's probably looking into quite a bit of sunshine. That's going to be a tough grab.
2nd down and 10. Mules tried to hit the home run right out of the gate.
Well, if they could have connected, he had 2 steps on the defender.
Empty backfield for Bowles. Now they check the sideline. Marsalis to the near side, trips to the far side. 3:30 to go in the 3rd. Mules by 10. Bowles is going to keep it, run up the middle, and he'll go nowhere. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, there again, we talk about reestablishing that offensive the line of scrimmage. The offensive line that time lost the battle to the defensive line. There was nowhere for Brooke to go.
3rd down and 9. Say he picked up a yard. Cam Saunders and Prentice Brown to the far side. Now they're going to put a man in motion to the near side. That'll be Prentice Brown to bring trips near side. Bowles is back to pass. Bowles looking. Still looking. He's got time. He's flush. Comes to the near side. Wants to throw it down the field. Just goes ahead and gets rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th down and 9. Good defense by the Broncos. Keep in mind that Bronco pass defense, 4th best in the league.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They were set up. Nobody was deeper than any Bronco wide or Bronco defensive back. They did a good job of everything right in front of them.
Back deep will be Phillips. Davidson stands at his 20, gets a good snap, get a flag.
Oh, booming punt too.
Another penalty on special teams for the Mules. They've had several.
Yeah, that was Tommy Carter. They got him setting up and trying to get into blocking position. He was still moving on the snap. That happened really quickly. They got lined up, and that ball was snapped really fast. I'm not sure if I would put that on Tommy Carter.
They just went really, really quick. Second punt of the day for Davidson. Good snap, puts the right foot in it. High spiraling punt. Not quite as long as the last one. Fair catch called for. Takes a great Central Oklahoma bounce. And then it's bobbled. Mules are going to jump on it. Who's got it?
Well, that was not a smart play by Central Oklahoma. It's bouncing your way, and you jump on top of the football.
Now we got a fight. Now we got a flag. Whose football is it going to be?
Well, if there's going to be a flag.
Mules come out of the pile with it, and do they have it? Have they signaled yet?
Well, if Colson Crane comes out of the pile with it, how are you going to give it to Central Oklahoma? But that flag better be on both teams if it's going to be on anybody. Because you had a pushing and shoving going both ways, and they were trying to get John Embry out of the pile.
Mules came away with the football, and their offense is out there. So do they get the muff punt? That's a huge error by the Broncos. That took a great bounce for the Broncos, and then the Broncos, for some reason, tried to jump on it and couldn't do it.
Well, it's about 10 yards. It landed on the end and bounced back towards the Mules.
Mules are going to have it, it looks like. Penalty is going to be on Central Oak. That's on Dylan Bichette, a freshman defensive back from Moore, Oklahoma. So the Mules recover, get the turnover on the muff punt and the 15-yard penalty. So first down and 10 Mules at the Bronco 34-yard line.
Well, let me clarify what I was saying here after this play.
So 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Turner to the right of Bowles. Are going to shift Davidson left. Bowles out of the gun. They're going to give it to Turner. No, Bowles is going to keep it. He runs right side, and he'll maybe gain 2 yards.
I said on that penalty, they're going to call it. They better call it on both teams if they're calling on anybody, because they grabbed John Embry and got in his face. So it looked like they were going to call it on John, but he got shoved by a Central Oklahoma player. So I didn't mean if they need to call it on both teams.
Right.
I thought they were going to call it on us. They better call it offsetting. Good that they found the first punch that time.
That was a violent shove by a Bronco.
Yeah.
So Flournoy is going to be split out far left. Bowles out of the gun, shifting Turner to his left. 1:52 to go in the third. They're going to give it to Turner, and he'll be wrapped up immediately. So the Broncos have kind of concentrated on shutting down that Mule running attack.
Well, something was broken there because Drew Schlager came across the formation to the left and ran right in front of Devontae, so he had to stop his momentum, let Drew go by, and that's when they got through and were able to make the tackle. So something was on the design there wasn't quite right.
Third down and 7.
He got a yard on that play?
For the Mules, line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line of the Broncos, 30-20, Mules by 10. Bowles fakes the pass left, get it to Turner, up the middle, 25-20, spins to the 15, and a first down for the Mules.
Well, they might be concentrating on trying to stop him, but they're not able to do it. O'Shea Harris had to make the tackle in the secondary. Well, we'd have been dancing in the end zone. It'd be 36-20 right now.
1:04 to go in the third quarter. Mules go quick. Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his left. They're going to give it to Turner. He's got a seam to the 10 and wrapped up at the 9-yard line. Gain of 4. Brings up second down and 6.
Shakari Hunt making another tackle in the secondary. That's the thing that's been killing Central Oklahoma today on this run game is their defensive backs are making all of their tackles.
Mules creeping up there in yardage. 474. Bowles looks to the sideline to get the play. Turner to his left. Bowles has it. Back to pass. Fires across the middle, and that'll be pass interference. Shea Wyatt tripped up at the goal line.
Yeah, that there is an easy pass interference penalty call because O'Shea Harris just grabbed a hold of Shea White as he was coming by him, never looked back. I don't know if they'll call pass interference or holding on that one. That looked more
That's
like
a good question. That might be hold. Depends if that ball was in the air or not. 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. 30-20, Mules by 10. That'll be pass interference. So pass interference on the Broncos' O'Shea Harris. First down and goal from the 2. Devontae Turner in there to run the Wildcat. Trips to the far side, one to the near side. Now they look to the sideline to change the play. Turner still in the Wildcat. He has it. Turner's going to run left side, shoulder down, into the end zone, touchdown. And the Mules tack on 6 more and lead it 36-20.
He almost looked like he looked to the sideline just because he felt like he was supposed to as the quarterback. He did a great job, though, of being patient, looking for where the hole was going to be, and then letting his big guys get behind him and shove him in there.
36-20, Mules lead it with 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Keep in mind the Mules were shut out in the first quarter, so they've scored 36 in 2 quarters. Diddle on for the PAT. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And the kick is good. 37-20. Mules by 17 with 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in audio will enhance your skill set for work in radio, television, film, and beyond. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work on UCM Radio The Beat, as well as in film projects and live events. For more information on this or other concentrations within the digital media production program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
37-20, Mules by 17. Mules have 476 yards of offense. The Broncos 284. Mules have thrown it for 259, rushed it for 217. The Broncos have thrown it for 226 and rushed it for 58.
Well, the Broncos came in giving up 245 on the ground and that's our offense. 224 on the ground, 214 through the air.
Mules have done a good job running the football, and after that first quarter, that first quarter was a little shaky.
Yeah, I'll make you sweat just a little bit.
No doubt. So they've done all this in just 2 quarters of play. As we are set for fourth quarter action, Will Collins will be out of the gun. He'll have Davidson to his right, trips to the far side, one to the near side. Daxton Williams, tight end, comes in motion. Back to pass is Collins. Collins flush, goes to his left. He's going to roll to the 25. He's going to fire one. It's going to be caught at the 37-yard line of the Mules. Gain of 12, and that'll be a first down.
That's a nice pass on the run the way he was, running to his left, and he zipped that ball. Didn't even step into the throw. Made a nice completion.
Daxton Williams, well, he's a big tight end, 6'2", 275.
Yeah.
The big cat. First down and 10 for the Broncos. Collins out of the gun. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Single set back to his right. Back to pass on the run. Throws right side. A little bit too high for Amonte Phillips, the sophomore out of Seattle, Washington.
They list their tight end as an H-back because they'll put him in motion, put him in a slot, put him as a fullback. Same position that Delaney Walker, former Mules all-region wide receiver, plays for the Tennessee Titans now.
Houston Oilers? You going Houston Oilers on me?
I'm going old school.
Okay. Collins looks to the sideline. Going into the wind. 14:29 to go in the game. Mules by 17. Collins has it. Hands it off. No, he's going to keep it and go left side and gain just a yard.
That's what he brings into the game, is that running ability that Calhoun really wasn't noted for. But Calhoun made a couple of nice runs in this game before he got knocked out.
I thought Calhoun did a great job running around back there.
He was really effective in avoiding the rush. Whether he was gaining positive yardage or not, he really avoided. He was under pressure all day and avoided it and was able to keep his eyes down the field to complete some big passes.
Third down and 9. Broncos 6 of 14 on third down in the game. Will Collins has 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's back to pass. Mules bring the pressure. He's flush, goes to his left. Now he turns the corner, gets across midfield. That's enough for a first down as he gets out of bounds. pretty good run that time by Will Collins.
You know, the thing that's hurt them today is they came into this game only having lost one fumble and thrown 2 interceptions all season. Well, they've lost a fumble, they've thrown an interception, they had the muffed punt. They're the least penalized team in the league. They've had 5 today. So where we talked about they're not going to beat themselves, they've done some things to kind of beat themselves today.
They really have. Trips to the near side, one to the far side. Daniels, the single setback to the left of Collins. Collins back to pass. He's going to keep it. Designated design draw, and he'll get it to the 45-yard line.
He's a thick quarterback, too, at 6'2", 210. He's completed 41 of 73 passes this year, 56.2%. 542 yards. He's also carried it 26 times for 114 yards. That's a 4.4-yard average and a touchdown. So kind of surprised Keats Calhoun got the start today. Just
well,
based
normally
on the numbers,
Collins does. Collins played the first quarter against Hayes last week, and then Keats played the final 3 quarters, so they went ahead and gave him the start today. But this is normally the guy, so it's not a true backup situation. Collins out of the gun. He's going to roll to his left. The right-hander slings it all the way down the middle. He's got a man, Phillips, and knocked out of there at the last second by the Mules defense.
Guess who that was? Oh, never mind. That was Colson Crane again. I couldn't see the number. Caleb Henches. Again, great timing. Doesn't interfere. Runs right up on behind the receiver. Got balls getting in there. Looks like he's beat, but he had great closing speed and goes up high and swats that ball away.
I was waiting with bated breath for you to tell me to guess who that was. That's the redshirt sophomore out of Concordia. Small town kid doing a great job right there. Big, big play. Here's Collins out of the gun. Daniels to his right. Trips to the near side. Now they shift Daniels. Back to pass is Collins. He's in trouble. He is flushed. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down in Mule territory back at the 47-yard line.
That was Isaiah Bello. Collins looked like he was going to be able to jump through the tackle, but Bello got one of those big meat hooks, 6'2", 220. Got that arm, that left arm out there, wrapped him up, and was able to pull him down.
Isaiah Bello gets his first sack of the year.
Is that the Mules' 3rd sack in this game?
4th sack, I believe.
4th sack, yep. Calhoun was sacked 3 times. Collins now once.
Giants' 2nd sack, and here's a punt. And it's going to be fielded at the 14-yard line, but Vontae Turner has a seam to the 25-30, has his feet to the 35-40, angles near side, across midfield, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Devontae Turner on the punt return for 6.
You knew it was coming. He has been so close to breaking a punt or a kick return the last several games, and he came up and caught that ball on the run. Saw the field, saw the opening, broke back to the left side, and there was nobody over there. They kicked it to the far, between the far hash and the far numbers, which is where he took it. He scored coming up the near numbers.
Diddle on for the PAT, 43-20. Mules by 23. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 44-20. Mules by 24. 11:33 to go in the game. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network. 87-yard punt return for Devontae Turner, and the Mules lead it by a score of 44-20. And Joe Moore, Devontae Turner having a game.
295 yards all-purpose. Said he had 11-yard reception, 171 yards rushing, 11 receiving, 85 on 2 punt returns, 28 on kick returns, 295. I think my math is right there. That's why I'm a communications professor. But 295 yards and 3 touchdowns today on 24, 25, 27, 29 touches. That young man has earned his scholarship today.
Daniel Soxley, when you saw Devontae Turner get that seam at the 30, you knew it was over.
Of course. I mean, every time he gets it, he always finds a way to run through the seam and take it to the house.
Great blocking by special teams right there. Great blocking.
Kyle Westfall would be proud of his team for that one. That was some super blocking that time.
Huddleston and Davidson, or Daniels and Huddleston back deep for the Broncos. They keep rotating guys back there. Knowlton's going to kick this one off. Puts the right foot in it. Nice kick. Drives this one out of the back of the end zone. That kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com.
Last time the Mules had a punt return for a touchdown, 73 yards by Jalen Zachary at Pittsburgh State in September of 2016. So that was huge.
So here come the Broncos. Daniels, a single setback. Collins out of the gun. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Collins has it. He's going to give it to Daniels. He'll be wrapped up after a gain of a couple. Got to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Stopped on the 27-yard line. Make that the 28 after gain of 3.
Ubong Udom on the tackle.
Mules have sacked the quarterback 4 times in this game.
Their last 2 home games, they've had a total of 10 sacks.
2 from Crane, 1 from Bello. Ubong Udom and Carter Nikolai with an assist. There's Collins back to pass, fires left side, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get that over to Phillips.
And that has affected the passing game, Greg, because neither quarterback, neither Will Collins nor Keats Calhoun, able to feel really comfortable back there and set up to throw. They've had some really easy throws. They've had some open receivers because they're throwing a lot of these short passes, but they're in such a hurry before the pressure gets there. It's really messing with the timing.
Broncos 7 of 16 on 3rd down in the game. On the season, they're a 42% team. 3rd down and 7 at their own 28-yard line. Mules with a 4-man front, going to bring pressure from the near side. Now the inside linebackers are coming, and they're bringing everybody, and bam, Collins goes down the 20-yard line. You bring in 7, and you only got 5 to block. That's not going to work.
Joshua Bean, 6'1", 315-pound freshman, right up the middle with the sack. That was huge. That's the 14th sack on the season from the front line. You don't usually see that many sacks from your interior defensive line. They are bringing it up the middle.
Great pressure that time by the Mules defensively. Back is Devontae Turner and Tweehouse. They stand at their own 40-yard line. That's a low knuckling kick, and they want everybody to get away from it. I think the Broncos touched it at about the 45, but they're not going to signal it. Yeah, they are. Good job by the official right there, knowing that hit that foot, and it's going to be Mule football at the 45 with first touching.
Yeah, the field judge saw that from about the 35. He threw the beanbag up there, came right up. He saw it.
Yeah, good job. 1st down and 10 for the Mules. Leading 44-20, 9:59 to go in the game. Mules trying to get to 6-0. They were started the season 6-0 back in 1970. Pretty sure that's the last time. So Bowles will be out of the gun. Davidson in motion to the far side. Bowles back to pass, rolls to his right. He wants to go deep, fires it all the way down the sideline, and a nearly acrobat catch by Shea Wyatt. That would have been tough to haul in.
That's the fourth game in a row that the Mules have scored at least 44 points. 70-7 over Northeastern State, 48-45 over Western in overtime, 55-27 over Washburn here on Family Day, 71-42 last week.
The Mules lead the nation in scoring offense at 55.6 points per game coming into this one. Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his left. Trips to the far side. Back to pass is Bowles. He'll go right side. Has a man caught at midfield, but then knocked away. That was Davidson coming across the middle. Ball a little bit high, and he wasn't able to hold on to it. So 3rd down and 10.
Well, when you overthrow a 6'7" tight end, you threw that one high.
Little bit tall. Cam Saunders now will go out to the far side with Drew Slager. Shea Wyatt to the near side. Davidson in the slot to the left of Bowles. Turner to the right of Bowles, and the Mules are going to call timeout. That play clock was winding down, and they want to talk it over. 44-20. Mules by 24, 9:45 to go in the game. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
A degree in digital media production with an emphasis in digital cinema will prepare you for all aspects of film production, such as screenwriting, editing, cinematography, and motion graphics. Our faculty members bring real-world experience to the classroom, and students can showcase their work in film festivals, UCM's CTV, and digitalberg.com. For more information on this or other concentrations within the digital media production program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
Who says we can't know how a Civil War soldier felt, or what it's like to change the rules of the game? Ken Burns pioneered a new way to tell America's story. And only PBS gives filmmakers like him a place to push the boundaries of what TV can do. Give to this PBS station so stories like these are available now and for generations to come.
To go in the game here at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field, Greg Hassler, Joe Moore, Danielle Soxie on the sideline, Connor Cummings producing the event.
We in Boston?
Could be. Mules are averaging 7.3 yards per play. Broncos 4.7. 476 yards of offense for the Mules. 303 for the Broncos. Devontae Turner has been an offensive star here today. Colson Crane, an offensive star on defense. Or a defensive star on defense. And an offensive star. He's got a couple of...
I knew what you were saying there.
Good thing you did.
It's setting up the offense very nicely, giving the offense the ball back. So
he has been. Ball's out of the gun on 3rd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Straight drop for Brooke Bowles. He's got time now. He's going to roll to his right. Fires one deep down the middle. Too high for Slager. He had him open. Just couldn't get it to him.
Brooke Bowles isn't afraid of much of anything, is he? I mean, he is not afraid to try and stick that ball in there. He trusts his arm. He trusts his receivers. He's on the run, and he just zips it in there. If he'd put it just a little bit lower, that's right in Drew Slager's breadbasket.
So now the Mules are going to punt it away. Be the 3rd punt of the day for Zach Davidson, averaging just 29 yards a punt.
Well, I think both of his punts have been into that stiff wind.
Davidson puts the right foot in it. High spiraling kick. Beautiful punt. It's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. Phillips in trouble. Now he reverses his field. He's at the 3-yard line trying to get to the corner. He's to the 10, 15, and out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That's where the Broncos are going to have it. 1st down and 10 with 9:22 to go in the ball game. 44-20. Mules by 24. Timeout on the field. You're listening to Mules Football on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Don't want to miss out on any of the live UCM athletics action? You can watch it all through Blue Frame Technologies, thanks to the MIAA Network and CTV Central Television. 2 ways to gain access. You can either go to ucmathletics.com, click on the Multimedia tab, and select Live Video, or you can hover over your desired game, select the live video icon, and you're in. Either way will direct you to the University of Central Missouri page on the MIAA network. Already purchased an account? Great! Just log in and select your game. If you don't have an account, simply click the Purchase Access button, create your account, and then select your viewing plan. It's that easy. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, log in, and start cheering on your University of Central Missouri Mules and Jennies.
20, Mules by 24, 9:22 to go in the game here at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field. Turned out to be a nice afternoon, did it not, Danielle Soxie?
It did, but it still is very windy, and the shade has gone on to the other side of the field, so it's a little chilly over there.
Is that why you're standing down the other end?
You're on the other end of the sun.
Yes, that is right.
I'm surprised you don't have a blanket wrapped around you. Here's Collins out of the gun. Puts a man in motion to the far side. Now comes to the near side. Collins back to pass. Looking, still looking. Now he's flushed, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. He is sacked again. That is 6 sacks for the Mules.
Ubong Udom that time coming from the backside.
Ubong Udom with the sack. Boy, after a shaky first quarter and getting burnt on a couple of wide receiver passes, Mules defense played pretty good.
This has been all Mules. Ubong Udom now 5.5 sacks on the season.
2nd down and 15. Ball at the 14-yard line of the Broncos. Collins throws on the run, caught by Phillips, the stiff arm, and pushed out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Phillips plays really aggressively. Now he's barking over at the Mules defense.
Antonio Phillips out of Scottsdale Community College. Well, he's got all kinds of weather issues. He's from Seattle, Washington. Rainy.
Yep.
Down to Scottsdale, hot. Oof. Now over to Edmond, Oklahoma, rainy. 3rd down and 6. Collins back to pass, looking left, throws left, going to get it over to Phillips. He'll catch it at the 30 and get up to the 34-yard line, which is fine. That's a short gain. It's going to move the chains, keeps that clock moving. Cody Bell with the tackle.
I think that's his 9th reception of the day. That's really been their offense, is throwing it to Phillips on those short routes, letting him use his big body to gain some positive yardage.
He's had a good day, 9 catches for 117. Vasquez, their leading wide receiver, here at his foot, he's not even here.
Well, Phillips came in with 14 receptions for 172 yards on the season, so he's almost matched his numbers in this game.
I think we might need another football. Each team has their own footballs, am I right? And are they trying to make sure now our referee, Dwight Niebling's talking to somebody. I would think they would talk to Coach Boda. Did they run out of footballs?
Well, they're switching into the sides. They've got the wrong footballs on the wrong side of the field.
I have never seen anything like this. That's on the officiating crew. It's not on the guys.
No. They've got them on the wrong side of the field, or the wrong footballs on the wrong side of the field, or something. But the officials are the ones who throw the footballs off.
So now it's 1st down and 10 for Central Oak. Collins goes to his left, fires it to Daniels, and he'll drop it. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
The ball was a little bit behind him. Collins had to wonder if he was a little bit off, didn't know if he was going to be coming into the game or not, and now he's trying to get his timing down. As we look down on the sideline, Kyle Bradley and Brooke Bowles are throwing back and forth. Might be seeing Bradley in here next series.
Yeah, it would not shock me with 8:05 to go. Hopefully they're practicing with the right football. Collins, I was being sarcastic there. Here's Collins going to his left. Now he's going to run, looking downfield. Nothing there. Turns the corner to the 40. Skips to the 45 and out of bounds at midfield. Nice run by Will Collins, and that'll be a 1st down.
I will tell you, it's like baseball hitters know what bat is theirs down to the millimeter. Quarterbacks know which football is theirs. If that were the wrong football, they would know it.
Line of scrimmage now, the Mule 49-yard line. And each team has their own allotment of footballs, and they have them like they want them. So Collins will be out of the gun. He's got Daniels behind him, 2 to the near side. Mules lead it by 24. Collins back to pass, looking left, steps up, is going to fire one deep down the sideline, and that's going to be, did he catch it? He did. Nice catch over there by Dawson Huddleston, the redshirt freshman out of Marlow, Oklahoma. He's a big guy, 6'4", 180.
Yeah, he was able to get up there over Jordan Pringle, who's only 5'10", 165. Jordan's right on top of him, has good coverage, has him walled to the sideline, but he's used his size to go up over Jordan and make the catch.
Yeah, Jordan Pringle is going to be a good corner. He's a young guy. He's just not a real tall guy.
Yeah.
As the Mules are going to take a timeout here with 7:21 to go in the game, 44-20. Mules by 24. We'll take a rundown here in the MIAA. Northwest, they beat Pittsburgh State 38-17. Starting the fourth quarter, Washburn, they lead Northeastern State 56-13. 6:32 to go in the game. Kearney leads Lincoln 37-0. That game's going fast. That started after our game, and there's less time to go in it because those two teams, all they do is run. They don't throw it. And then you have 8:54 to go in the first quarter. Southern and Missouri Western tied at 0, and the Mules lead 44-20 here on Homecoming Saturday. MIAA update brought to you by Warrensburg Ford, the best vehicles at the best prices. John Albert, Accounting and Tax in Warrensburg. They specialize in tax preparation for individuals, LLC partnerships, and corporations. If your business needs assistance in payroll and bookkeeping, you need John Albert, Accounting and Tax, located at 454 East Gay. And Western Missouri Medical Center, they are your partner for health. Advanced medicine closer to home. Visit WMMC.com today. 476 yards of offense for the Mules, 365 for the Broncos. It's all happened in just 3 quarters of play. Basically, that first quarter, that was a
stinker.
Yeah, it didn't even happen. 2 to the near side for the Broncos. Will Collins is out of the gun. Daniels to his right. They're going to give it to Daniels up the middle to the 15-10. To the 5. Pushes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So nice touchdown run of 19 yards for Daniels.
He had some fight in him that time because he got hit 4 or 5 times, and he's not a big guy. 5'11", 180. He's pretty thin, but he was muscling that one in there. He had a little pride to show that time.
Kyle Bradley puts the headset back on as Brooke Bowles will head back out there at quarterback after that. Still time, 7:13 to go. 44-26, PAT pending for Alex Quevedo. Good snap, good hold. Kick for Quevedo is up and good. 44-27. Mules, it's no good. He missed it. I thought it was right down the middle. So 44-26, the Mules lead it. 7:13 to go in the ball game here at Walton Stadium, Kennedy Field. Timeout on the field. You're listening to Mules football on the UCM Sports Radio Network. Seconds, 19-yard touchdown run for Daniels, and it makes it 44-26. Mules lead it with 7:13 to go. Nice day, a little windy out there for homecoming, but a nice day nonetheless. Mules will be back home in 2 weeks to take on the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State. Pitt State now 5-1. Bearcats are 6-0. Mules trying to get to 6-0. Mules expecting the onside kick here. And they're going to kick it away. It's going to go deep. Bounce at the 5. Go into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback. Mules will get it at the 25-yard line. Kickoff brought to you by Warrensburg Collision, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Schedule your estimate appointment today at warrensburgcollision.com. Well, Danielle Soxie, Mules offense, number one's going back out there after that last touchdown.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Devontae Turner just run it up, find an open seam, and take it back to the end zone.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're going to see a lot of running of the football here. Get that clock moving with 7:13 to go. Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his right. 2 to the far side. Bowles is going to hand it off to Turner. Up the middle to the 30, 35. Spins up to the 40, a gain of 15, and a first down for the Mules.
Danielle just pulled a little Tony Romo on us. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Devontae Turner run right up the middle, just predicting it just like he does.
No doubt.
Ran it right up the middle and gained some positive yardage.
She also called the big catch from John Rolls.
All hail Danielle Soxie.
What's your lottery numbers tonight? 2 to the near side. Devontae Turner stands behind Brooke Bowles. Now they're going to put a man in motion. That's going to be Marsalis. Fake it to him. Bowles wants to throw. Has a man. Davidson caught at the 40, 30, and out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Zach Davidson curls it down the sideline, and a beautiful pass by Brooke Bowles.
Darius Winston had to see him coming down the field and thinking, oh, man, I got to hit him again. He gets a full head of steam, and it's like you call it perfectly. He runs like a deer. He is just so smooth as he goes.
No one can stop him. Here's Bowles out of the gun. Turner to his right. 2 to the far side. First down and 10 at the Bronco 18-yard line. They're going to give it to Turner, and he'll cut it up the middle of the field to the 17-yard line.
The thing about Devontae is his feet never stop. That time he stopped his forward momentum, but he's shuffling his feet. He's high-stepping it really quickly to keep his feet moving so that when he does find his hole, then he can explode. So he never stops. They're constantly moving, and that's one of the reasons why his shoulders are square to the line. He can just squirt up the field.
2nd down and 6. Line of scrimmage, the Bronco 14. Mules check the sideline for the play. Bowles hands it off right now. He's going to keep it. Runs to the near side. He's to the 10, and he will slide down. He had a defender putting a target on him coming in from that far side.
Yeah, thank you, Brooke. I got a little nervous. Saw O'Shea Harris coming in there with a full head of steam, and so did Brooke. And he slid down. I'm thinking, Brooke, we need you for a few more games here, buddy.
Yeah, he had
get down there.
Had a beat on him. 3rd down and 4 at the 12. Turner to the left of Bowles. Look to the sideline. Back to pass. Brooke Bowles fires one across the middle. Too high for Davidson. Had him. Just couldn't get it to him.
He's been a little high on a lot of his throws today. He's not really getting his feet set very well to make that throw and to step into it.
Now it's 4th down. What do the Mules want to do here?
Looks like they're going to go for it. Rawls is coming into the game.
Under 5 to go, 44-26 Mules.
Think about all the different sets that the Mules run. 1 running back, 2 running backs, 5 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver.
Turner to the right of Bowles. Back to pass on 4th down. Bowles timing pattern in the corner to Davidson off his fingertips and incomplete. Boy, he had him. Maybe just a little bit high, possibly.
Yeah, it looked like it went right through his hands.
So the Broncos will take over on downs here. 5 catches, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns for Zach Davidson. 4:50 to go in the game. Broncos take over at the 12-yard line, their own 12-yard line.
How many yards does he have today?
173 receiving.
It's 20 receptions for 590 yards from a tight end.
It's pretty good. Little quick hitter over to Phillips. He has it at the 15-yard line, and he'll be brought down at the 17.
Good open field tackle by Josh Terry. Phillips tried to stiff arm and push off. Josh wasn't having any of that. Still wrapped him up. That's Phillips' 10th reception today. Looks like get somebody in his breadbasket, just hold on to him. They don't have anything else they're going to be using today.
2nd down and 4 at the 18-yard line of the Broncos. Clock running, 4:20 to go in the game. All Mules, 44-26. Will Collins out of the gun. 2 to the far side, back to pass. Little pump fake left side. Now he's flushed, comes to the near side. He's going to keep it and goes down at the 23, and that should be enough for a first down. Going to be close.
Great discipline that time. We've been talking about their discipline today. Keyshawn Howell in there at defensive back for the Mules. He's a redshirt freshman. They tried a little angling up, and he wasn't biting. He stayed right with the receiver on that far sideline. Collins didn't have anywhere to go with it, so he had to tuck it and run it this way.
3rd down and short for the Broncos. And at quarterback is Calhoun.
Is that Calhoun or Garrett?
Garrett. Big quarterback, probably just going to run it. He has it, and he's going to break it to the outside to the 25, up to the 27, and that'll be a first down. He basically is in there to run the Wildcat.
Yeah. Bigger quarterback, stronger quarterback, put an offensive lineman in there at fullback.
6'4", 205. I mean, he's a big guy.
I think I'd still stick with Collins, though. 6'10", or 6'2", 210. He runs the ball really well, and you don't change anything up. But who am I to say? They've converted on it 3 times.
Man in motion to the near side. 1st down and 10 for the Broncos. Collins, straight drop. Now he's going to be flushed to the near side under pressure. Throws it again. Caught Phillips at the 30, 35, and up to the 39-yard line. Making him look like... Give me the name of a great NFL receiver. Whoever that guy is, that's who we're making him look like.
Sammy Watkins.
There you go.
There you go. Well, they're throwing to him every time, so he's dropped a few early on, but they've stuck with him. You remember, he dropped like 3 in a row, but they stuck with him, and he's had a nice afternoon.
Collins out of the gun, man to his left. Now a man in motion goes to the far side. Collins, back to pass, rolls to the near side, looking left. Now he's flushed, gets away from Javon Kirk. Now he's going to cut it inside. He's to the 35, and he's just going to toss it out of bounds. Man, oh man, he ran all over the place.
And Javon Kirk chased him all over the field. We talked last game about the conditioning of this Mules football team and how sturdy they are and how many guys they can rotate through and how hard and how long they can go. That's just amazing that a defensive lineman rushed the quarterback, he gets away, reverses his field, goes the other way, and that defensive lineman is chasing him all the way back across the field.
Well, Javon Kirk this year, 11 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks. He's a sophomore, by the way. 2nd down and 10, 2:03 to go in the game. Mules 44-26 over Central Oklahoma. This is snap a 2-game losing streak. Collins fires left side. Ball's going to be tipped up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete.
Trevor Sanders on the break up that time did a super job of reading the pass and breaking it. Again, I can't say enough about the job that the Mules defensive backs have done today, timing their breaks on the ball. One pass interference call today that, in my opinion, was questionable. They've done such a great job today breaking on the football and getting to the receiver just as the ball does and swatting that thing away.
3rd down and 10 for the Broncos. 1:59 to go in the game. Collins out of the gun. Back to pass, looking. He's going to be flushed. He's in trouble, and he's ripped down. Another sack by that Mule defense.
Javon Kirk got him that time, and who else was in there with him? It looked like Anthony Brown came in there as well, but Javon was like, enough of this. I'm going to get to you before you can get anywhere else out. The whole team picture came barreling through that time.
7 sacks for the Mules. I know we're going to want to talk to Zach Davidson, and we are going to want to talk to Colson Crane. They're going to be our players of the games today. Player of the game, I should say, is Tedesco is back out there to punt for the 7th time. Stands at his 15. Devontae Turner at his 32. High spiraling kick. Turner's going to let it bounce. Takes a Bronco roll down to the 19-yard line, and that is where the Mules are going to have it. First down and 10 with just a minute 3 left to go in the game. Mules are going to move to 6-0. Shaky first quarter, but they rebounded nicely.
We got to credit the coaching staff for getting them geared back up. Credit the Mules for responding. They came out like they were asleep in that first quarter, and then since then they've come out like gangbusters and been fantastic.
They really have, and I think if you had asked them that they really didn't play their best game, they didn't put it all together. Bowles was 53% completion percentage, not too bad, 17 of 32, 301 yards. Handed off to Abrams up the middle, and that'll be a gain of 4. And the Mules will probably just take a knee on the next play and call it good. Mules threw it for 301, ran it for 238. It's a big number. Mules averaged running the football 245 coming into this thing.
Well, the Broncos gave up 224. They only gave up 214 passing, so the Mules throwing it for 301.
It's pretty good against that defense. Mules are going to take a knee here. Let that play clock wind down just a tad, and Mules will get a nice homecoming win on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Bulls take the knee, and that's going to do it. Mules are going to win it 44-26. 15th ranked Mules go to 6-0. They are unbeaten. They sit atop the league with the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State, who knocked off Pittsburgh State 38-17 earlier today at Arrowhead Stadium. 44-26 is your final score. Stay tuned. The Lots Beach Automotive postgame show comes your way next on the UCM Sports Radio Network.